Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the ETF2L Season 29 loser bracket semi-final between OMNI5.EU versus liest doof. We're just going to call them the Germans. But yeah, this is the high winners versus the German super team that started out all German, but now they have some Swedish tang to them. And yeah, it's going to be really good. We've seen them battle it out with earlier teams in the earlier rounds. And now they're in the position where the loser will go home. But I am Peter. I'm joined with Hamaham on camera. And of course, we have Alba on the co-casting chair with me. How are you doing, Alba?
I am all good, man. I am happy to see some playoff happening. And I'm happy to see these two teams go head-to-head as well.
Yeah, it should be very, very interesting because OMNI5 kind of came into the season where nobody really expected anything from them. Except maybe me. I was very optimistic on them, but everyone else pretty much just glossed them over. They were not really a big deal, and they only really made it into the playoffs kind of because Nunya dropped out. So maybe a little bit lucky.
We made sure of that.
Yeah. And then of course we have the Germans who had some roster shakeups, and overall, like I thought they were like one of the top 4 teams pretty safely in the season. But they definitely struggled mightily versus 7 the last time around that I watched them. So who knows where we are, but hopefully you can give us some insights here. But let's just go over the maps here because we have some wonderful map picks coming up here. And as we can see, we have the Germans banning Sunshine right away. Does this make any sense to you?
I mean, I haven't really followed the teams too much, if I'm gonna be completely honest, but Sunshine is still quite of this new map, I would say, so I understand the ban. They're probably just not feeling comfortable on it, and it was really close last time they played against each other.
Yeah, also I'm pretty sure that OMNI5 has actually had really good results on Sunshine. They've definitely gotten some points in the main season on that map, so it would make sense. Then OMNI5, they banned Product right away. Usually that's a response to a good sniper, but the Germans don't really have like a monster sniper, do they?
Well, their strat for Product is subbing in Crafty for that map alone.
Oh, right.
And Crafty, he is a good sniper. So
yeah, that's right.
They put Clip on the bench and they get in Crafty for Product. So I understand the ban from OMNI5. I believe the Germans did well on Product overall through the season. So yeah, I understand the ban.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I completely forgot about the whole Crafty sub-in thing. But yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And then we have OMNI5 picking Badlands, which is the granddaddy of competitive maps, probably the oldest competitive map still in rotation. Very standard map. It's updated a little bit, so now it's pro lands like B3B or something. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's still just Badlands. So just a very standard map. And then liest doof, the Germans picking Gollywash. Basically, like the 2 most common maps being picked by both teams.
Yeah. I actually saw the scrims on Smear's stream earlier. The Germans were scrimming against Ascent. And they actually almost beat them on Badlands. It was like 10 seconds left when Ascent managed to cap it to make it 2-2. So a strong performance there from the Germans.
Yeah, it's interesting. And then we see 2 more bans coming out. The Germans banning Snakewater, OMNI5 banning Granary, and then we have OMNI5 picking Process at the end. So what do you think the rationale here is from both teams?
I understand the Granary ban from OMNI5 because Smira is a very good demo man on Granary and he enjoys playing Granary. And I think Smira and demos know each other fairly well. So I think, OMNI5 just decided to ban that one.
All right, let's try and go through the rosters here. I don't think we have team pages for all of them, unfortunately, because both teams have gone through some roster changes. So. Maybe the graphics will not be quite up to date, but we're going to do our best. So we're going to start out with the OMNI5, which will be Raptor on Medic, who didn't play Medic for them in the beginning of the season, but he has stepped in instead of... I can't even remember. Ace, that's the one, yeah. And we have Demos on Demo, very convenient, very good name. And then we have Gotti on Roamer, and then Raph on Pocket. They switched in the earlier season. It was Guardian Pocket and then Raph and Roma, but definitely liked that switch. Worked out really well for them. And then we have Scruff and Swee on Scouts. And I think Scruff is the Pocket Scout. Is that right?
I believe that's right, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so that's like both Scruff and Swee can be really good if they hit the right day.
I also heard that yeah, the Germans will be playing on Ixie instead of Scruff, because Scruff couldn't make it. And then Gotti's PC also crashed, but I think they would have Olga instead of Gotti. Yeah, Olga.
Alright, so
2 mercs, unfortunately, for OMNI5.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. God, his computer bombing him instead of the other way around.
Yeah, but I believe Olga has been playing with OMNI5 like throughout the season, subbing for them, so surely he feels comfortable in the team.
Yeah, and you know, they are playing. Are they playing Viaduct? No, they're not. Right? No, they're not. Damn, I thought we were going to see some more Pyro shenanigans, even though Pyro was nerfed.
We might still see it.
Yeah, like the Detonator.
Maps.
Yeah, the Detonator has not been nerfed, and that's kind of where like 80% of the damage comes from, just spamming that thing across the map, and denying heals.
I think pushing out a Badlands last, it's pretty good to push out with a Pyro and get up on Spire. Because it's so hard for, like, usually the way the teams deny the Spire cap is by demo spam. And yeah, no more demo spam when you have a Pyro on it.
That's true, and you don't want to jump it as a soldier either.
Yeah, that's true as well.
And, you know, with the Detonator, you can just jump up there really easily from the balcony, so...
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense, but then after that, you might want to go back to resupply and maybe switch off.
Yeah, but I've also experienced with some Pyro pushing onto Badlands last, and it's fairly effective. Air blasting people off the point, and then you can just have your demo walk in and kill everything. There is some use for the class, I think, but it should still be seen as an off class. Sure.
Yeah, alright, so we talked a little bit about the Germans roster. Do you want to go through it? Just tell everyone what the roster is.
Yeah, sure. We have Kratos on Medic. We have Smira on Demo. I think Clip is on Roamer, if I'm not mistaken, with Fishkoff on Pocket, and Stefan and Edelos Scouts. So in the beginning of the season, Leto was playing Demo instead of Smira, but that's the only change they have made, if I'm not mistaken.
It says on the match page, or the TF2 thread, that the Moogle will be merking for Fishkoff, and so
it's actually a joke.
Unfortunately,
we won't see Moogle.
I wanted to believe. And also, like, Fishkoff started out on Pocket in the beginning of the season, but then they switched as well. So then, like that's why Clip is just like the best buy on the Fantasy League. Just because Clip played Pocket instead at some point, and he was like really cheap because he was Roamer. But then he just started playing Pocket and owning.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's been a change, and Fishkoff has actually been pretty effective on Roamer. It's good at picking medics out of the sky. But yeah, how do you think these teams stack up? Like, where could the Germans maybe get ahead on their roster? Like, where do they stack up better than the opposition here?
I think structured main calling, like calling from Smira is doing a lot for the German team, and I feel like it was a big part of lifting the German team up after a rough start this season. So I think that's where they have the edge. As long as the German players can coordinate and follow the calls, then I think that the Germans are going to come up on top in this matchup.
Yeah, is that going to be an overall prediction overall, or do you think it's very map dependent?
I think it's an overall prediction. I'm not sure which maps will go where. I think Badlands will go to.
Sure.
I think Badlands will go to the Germans, and the second map. Which was the second map again?
Gullywash.
I forget. Gullywash. I think that one might go to OMNI5 and then process to Germans. So 2-1 to the Germans. It's my prediction.
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable. I will say that OMNI5, they have overall been really, really clutch so far this season. Like, all teams seem to just struggle against them, and they're just annoying to deal with. And then if you ever make it into Golden Cap against them, then you're probably screwed, because they just don't make mistakes in those kind of situations. It's actually been really impressive how, like, the team that came in from high has been one of the consistently best teams at making good decisions during crunch time. So, you know, that's a really nice pattern to have for your own team. You know, like being good in crunch time. And they, you know, if these guys just keep on playing together and just getting better and better, and just keep improving, then they're going to be a really scary team. But you know, first off, they have to take down the Germans right here. And the Germans, they had a really crushing loss against 7. I think it was like 5-0 to maybe 4-0 or something like that. And the Germans lost, at least on process, in that as well. So there was some maps that they lost there that we're going to play again. So, you know, just a question of, is 7 just really, really good, or are the Germans maybe not as good as we'd like to think, or were they just having a bad day? You know,
I think it can be a combination of both. It's hard to say, obviously. I mean, 7 having some really good players on the roster, and if you have issues shutting down some of those players, then it's gonna be a very hard game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have a lot of people in the server, so we're just about getting ready. We have Ixie in here. We have all our good mercs. Is there anyone that you're really hyped to see about? Because I'm always hyped to see Shocky. And basically the last thing that happened in the 7 versus Germans match was that Shocky just like ate everyone alive. Just like he just went on this massive spree as if he was just mad at everyone. It's like, oh, I can't believe we're losing this. And then he just like destroyed the entirety of 7. It was like basically 1v4 people and just killed them anyway. So I'm hoping that's just him getting mad and getting ready for this match, but we'll see.
Maybe. I'm pretty hyped to see Smirre. It's always nice to see his gameplay. Yeah, he's a very clutch player, I would say. Like, there's a lot of situations where you're like, oh yeah, Smirre's gonna be dead for sure, and then he gets like 2 or 3 picks and just stays alive somehow. So it's always interesting watching Smirre, I think. I might be a little bit biased as well, because he's a real life friend of mine.
Yeah. I always say, like, Smirre, I always, like, every single season I feel like I'm just waiting for him to become, like, one of the best demos in the entire game, right? It almost, like, seems like there's something keeping him back just a little bit. It's like he's just missing that last little piece to just make him, like, the best demo. Like, I'm always waiting for it, so at some point it's gonna happen, I believe. And the very first thing that did happen this season when he joined the Germans was that he just went on an absolute tear. So, you know, I feel like if he has anything that he has to prove, then he's going to do really well. But we'll see. You know, he just went to Copenhagen LAN where he just didn't play. So maybe he's rusty, or maybe he's just
actually,
like,
I talked to him earlier, and he said he was pretty hyped to play, like, generally, and hyped for next season. Like, I know for this season he wasn't very hyped, but yeah, he said he was very hyped for the future after visiting LAN. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. LAN has that effect on people. Like, I'm hyped to play. I want to just play and improve right now, and I'm just waiting for my internet to screw me over to make me lose all hope, basically. But until then, I'm just so keen. I just want to, like, get back into Prem. Let's do it, baby.
Let's do it. Gotta grind those facet pugs.
Yeah, I gotta try that. I haven't tried it at all. I just assumed it was bad. Because last time I played Faceit, it was just so awful. Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna start out with Badlands here, and Badlands is pretty conventionally a map that's very difficult to push last and push out of last on, and it really favors the team who has a good sniper in those kind of last push situations, both on defense and offense. And also overall, it seems like a pretty good scout map. So, do you think that's going to give any kind of advantage to any specific team?
I mean,
or is it very even?
Ixie is a very good sniper. He's proven himself to be one of the, I would say, top snipers around in Europe right now. And as for the Germans, I mean, Shocky is a decent sniper, I think, but there's not really a sniper on the Germans that stands out for me. Like, this guy is really good. So I think OMNI5 might have a slight edge there.
Yeah, that could be a pretty good way to look at it. At least Shocky on sniper is not really something we think about, but like he can do well. It just looks really funny because he has like this super high sensitivity. He's like swinging his mouse around and sometimes even just hitting people anyway. Looks kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, I kind of interested to see the Raf Olga synergy. You know, two French soldiers are usually pretty good on mid fights. They just have the classic bomb in both soldiers and then everyone else just walk over the point thing going on. Like that seems to just be something that always happens against any French team you play against. So maybe there's going to be some hidden synergy there.
I mean, French soldier combos are. I mean, it goes way back. Way back. I mean, before you had T-Mac and Tech, for instance.
Yeah, and then it was like Korvac and Medico.
Yeah, exactly.
Then maybe Raf and Olga are gonna be the next thing, and they just play together at LAN as well, so they should be completely on the same page. If LAN is anything to go by, I didn't actually see any of their games at LAN at all, but. Like, I saw them compete pretty closely with some people just from seeing the results. So.
Yeah, we struggled a little bit against them on the first map, but then on the second map it was fine. I think they did alright.
Yeah, and then of course we have the X factor in Olga. You know, he can go on Pyro, he can just jump in and kill everyone. But we are going live. This is the semi-final in the lower bracket of the ETF2L Season 29 playoffs. Loser will go home, but we do have 2 to 3 maps to play first. We're going to go into this first middle here with Smear and Demos being pretty much equally fast. Smear going to balcony and Demos just on the right flank here. But Fiskop's getting ready to jump in there. Takes down Ixie, and Raptor takes a ton of damage as well. So immediate just advantage right here. And now just able, can Kratos just jump around? Yes, he can. Olga is still on the hunt for the medic, but he's going to find a lot of trouble finding him. But what a mid right there. That was just absolutely crushing it for the Germans.
Yeah, it looked really well for the Germans, and we did see that French double solid bomb come in, but a little bit too late, and they both got picked off there. And we do see Germans here taking over Spire and climbing it in order to take the lobby area and prepare themselves for a full Uber advantage push.
Yeah, probably gonna see the Olga Pyro. We have Ixie on Engineer. We don't quite have a heavy, but it's still gonna be a really annoying situation to push into. Kind of the standard to just slow things down. Here we go. He's gonna Uber in right away. Olga's gonna try to blast everyone back. Spear actually goes down to the sentry gun. So this push is completely failed. Like Olga's even going to just chase them. So what a failed push right there. Just a dropping Smear. It can give him the ability to switch out to maybe Quickie Bombs or something, but yeah, now they're gonna have to contend against an Uber.
Yeah, the problem is though it's Brawl Lance, and it's very difficult to push out, and you see the positioning that the Germans are taking here. It's gonna be almost impossible for OMNI5 to push out unless they come up with a miracle. And we see Demos and the combo dropping down here from drop down. Uber has been forced, but the combo of Germans are nowhere to be found. They're already out. And the only casualty is Fishkopf, and he actually gets the trade as well. So really good here for the Germans as they're looking to recontest the Spire area. You see a deep bomb from Cliff. Making a lot of damage happening, but look at Raptor's arrow onto Kratos. Takes him down. Oh my god.
Smear's gonna jump Spire and actually gets Raptor. Really clutch pick there. Just jumping in there and getting it done, but the fight is already lost at this point. Idelo's gonna try to run away. Actually, it seems like he's gonna make it. Nice little surf there to get out. And then Clip is hiding in house. It's kind of weak. Yeah, he finds Olga. Nice trade there from him. He was pretty low on health, but still managed to just get the drop on Olga. So they will slow everything down. Kratos going to be on an Uber advantage, though. So I think we're going to just see both teams just slow it down here quite a bit, and then we're going to see the Germans push in as soon as they get the Uber. But I am wrong. They're just going to go in right away. I guess they feel like they have better heals at this point. Smear gets Demos get to just push back so far. Clip jumps in, gets taken down. So while the Germans have gotten a lot of positioning, they haven't really gotten any picks, and they're actually one down. Smear comes in for the flank. He's onto the medic. Kratos, oh my god, he dances around and gets saved by Smear's pipe. Really good job there by him.
Oh, it's crits!
Oh!
Chris has actually been forced there, and Smear gets the one pick before he gets taken out by Raptor.
Sad.
And that's a collapse there for the Germans since they lost both soldiers. But we did see there in the situation before where Raptor took out Kratos with an arrow. Instantly the whole German team just bombed in deep, and you saw Smear bombing in super deep as well, and he actually got the pick onto Raptor. So that was some textbook TF2 play coming out there.
Yeah, OMNI5, they did a really good job of just ceding ground there, just slowly absorbing all the aggression, and then all of a sudden they just basically enveloped them. They just did like a Hannibal at Cannae kind of thing, and just enveloped the enemy team. Rap's going to jump in very aggressively, Inspire, knock people down. He's still pretty healthy, and then we're going to see Olga try to jump in, but I think he got denied pretty hard right there.
Fischoff is in behind. Yeah, actually gets denied there. He got a rocket onto Raptor, but he served that really well. And Demos actually got taken quite weak. Ooh, there's some sticks in main that they're gonna have to be careful with. They're all pretty bunched up here. As we do see the full Uber advantage here coming in through main on a scout. Flashing a soldier now as well, but look, there's a pyro and a sentry. Maybe the push was a little bit rough, but there's time on the point. And yeah, they're gonna send two immediately. And yeah, just keep sending players onto the point, and they managed to get it.
Yeah, once that first scan was onto the point, they had to send 2 players down there to block it immediately, and then they did block it, and they traded, but they traded 2 for 1, and then when the second scout got on the point, they just couldn't stop anything. So just a really strong push right here, and that was like a back and forth kind of mid, and at the end of the day, it's going to be OMNI5 that are up 1-0, gaining the initiative here, but let's see if they can deal with that fist-cuff bomb.
Oh, Demos taken out really early from really nice tickets from Smear, and look how aggressive the Germans are going here with just taking over the enemy train here. Just gonna clean up all the frags, and it's only Raptor remaining, running out into the resup, and he's gonna be out in safety. And they're all gonna be looking to take Spire already.
Yeah, that's it's really important that Raptor survived there. That's gonna mean that he does have the chance of at least building this Uber. If the Germans are fast enough, they can actually just dot push this and get in there in time, but they've kind of struggled to deal with the Pyro and taking him down in due fashion. So, you know, maybe they're just going to take it slow, but we'll see. They're actually in a position to push already. Yeah, they're just going to go in. They're dot pushing. They're not waiting out here. Olga comes in, try to blow them back, but he is so weak, gets taken down. The sentry gun is still up, however, and the heavy is also just in there. There you go. Finally, Sentry gets taken down, but they end up with only 1 pick, and now they've just backed out again, and Raptor's about to get his own Uber. So again, these Ubers are just struggling to really get in far enough.
Look at the repush. We just see both soldiers here coming in top right to try to make something happen, but the Uber has been forced here through main. They're actually going to get actually only Clip with that, and the rest of the Germans are out. Actually get Fishkopf as well, who got stuck behind enemy lines. So no soldiers here for the Germans, and the OMNI5 are going to be looking to push this one out. And look at Shocky, he's so aggressive there onto Raptor, manages to get out as well to save his life.
Yeah, that's kind of Shocky's thing, just getting out when he has no business doing so. Olga's very weak. He tried to go in through the choke, but gets juggled around by Stiggy's a whole lot. And Kratos, he is on 90%, and it looks like they're going to go through the house, maybe even resub. No, they actually take down Rapid resub. That's really nice. And they're so aggressive, but oh my gosh, Shaggy gets taken down, gets dropped from the Uber, but the Smear demo Uber here coming in. Actually, somehow Raptor managed to snake his way out. He's all the way back on last. So this kind of backfired a whole bunch, but they do get the Spire, but they only have 1 medic and a soldier remaining.
Looking at the reaction from the players there, it looks like it was really messy in Mumble there. Because Smear was getting attacked by a scout, and Fishkopf was just looking the other way, and he didn't realize until he died as well. But we do see the repush coming in here from OMNI5, but the Germans are shutting it down, and the Uber has been forced, and they're going in super deep here. But they're not getting much with it, and they have 2 players behind, but they're both super weak.
Yeah, Clip is behind. That's going to be annoying. Oh, gets in onto the demo. That's really nice. And even takes down Smee as well. So Clip making the best of this. And Smee's about to come in here, taking down the medic. There we go. That was a really strong repush right here. Ixie's the only one up. He's desperately banging away on the sentry gun. Ixie's just going to jump into the face of the demo. And can he hit everything? No, Smee is fully buffed, and he will hit those stickies. So that's going to make it 1-1. And, you know, if you can't push last properly, then just do a repush like this and then push in uncontested.
Yeah. It was actually really cool because both of the German soldiers, Clip was behind and he dropped down onto the demo at the same time as Fishkopf jumped demos as well. And they managed to get the pick and just roll it from there. As we do see the third middle coming in here, and Demo's rolling out the balcony route here. Smear is aggressive, we're onto the point. Gotta be careful, takes a lot of damage. We do see some aggression here coming in from Fishkopf, landing in-house, turning some heads, but there's no positioning from the Germans here, and they're sending the second solid in, but he's super weak.
Raptor goes down though. And again, Fishkopf is just so effective on these middles. Basically every single time he just gets behind them or just does so much damage that his team ends up winning, and by just positioning alone basically. Demos and Ixie will survive, but the Germans, like, I think they've won every single middle so far, and you know, that's a big issue that you want to fix if you're OMNI5. And it's going to be a free Spire as well. I don't think a single person's even going to bother peeking out there just to boost their damage stats. And Raptor is going to be at a full uber disadvantage as well. So looking good for the Germans, but they've messed this up a lot. Like, how do you reckon they should mix things up here to try and make this a success?
I mean, I think they could take... I don't know, they just gotta hit the shots on the Pyro, to be honest. Just gotta hit those shots onto Olga, take him down fast, and then... But look at this, they're actually looking to go top right here. That's how they're choosing to deal with this. And they actually get in, but the Uber has been forced, and they get nothing with it so far. Actually, Clip gets Raph, but now they're stuck here on the top right, and look at all the off classes from OMNI5 here. Smear just spamming away, but they cannot really do much with it, as they do get the sentry, but it's a little bit too late, and Clip gets taken out, and yeah, the Germans are going to be falling back here.
They're definitely looking for answers right now to this hold, and so far they haven't found it, but you know, at least they're trying new things, you know, so you got to commend them for that. But yeah, that one definitely wasn't what they were looking for. Shockey's actually behind line, so he can go for the back cap when this Uber is coming out here. There's two people on the Spire, and Shockey will be met by a soldier on last. He's fighting Raph, but the Spire cap does come down, so Raph holds on just long enough. And Fishkopf's actually behind the lines as well. There we go. Sweet actually takes down both Stragglers behind. That's really huge. That's going to open up for a push in here into an Uber. So, you know, you can get an Uber force pretty easily here if you're OMNI5.
Look at Raph turning all heads from the Germans onto that balcony area. And looks like OMNI5 is looking to take this. It looks like they were in house, but they're actually pulling back here all the way to trash. So let's see what the Germans decide to do here with the Uber. And as it looks like they're moving towards that Hunter area, Smear peeking it a little bit to see where the players are. And yeah, they're walking out here, trying not to force the Uber. But yeah, Raptor's gonna have this Uber really soon, so they're gonna have to go for an exchange here, I would assume. And Smear is in, trying to get all the damage onto Raptor that he can, and both Uber has been forced here, and the Germans are falling back here to mid, actually just to choke as they're looking to go in again and get some damage done, and both teams lose a player each, and yeah, that's gonna be German's cue to head back to middle.
Yeah, OMNI5 definitely have the heals right now. I'm not sure they know about it, and it's not that much. You know, just a few arrows will fix that in. So the Germans, they definitely, I think they were trying to maybe catch out Raptor just going maybe too close, because, you know, I was calling maybe they should just go in there and force the Uber. And, you know, if you just have that mindset and you go in and your medic is too close, then you can just get Ubered on and your medic gets taken down and you feel really dumb. So, you know, OMNI5, they didn't fall into that trap, but the Germans were definitely ready to pounce on it if they were making that mistake, and then they just pushed it anyway. And it ended up being just a pretty even exchange here. Raptor gets Uber first, Kratos is about to get his as well. And now it's a classic Badlands stalemate where you can do a lot of things. The most common thing is just bombing a single soldier. Looks like a single soldier is getting ready for it. Huh? Just pop some things into it, but Fist comes onto the medic. Raptor gets popped into the air, but a nice serve from him, and he is not trigger happy with his little trigger finger. He doesn't pop the Uber, and now Raph is into the valley. See if he can get in there, trying to do a counter bomb, but no, he gets out alive.
That was pretty cool. Clip was making sure taking as much distraction as he could on that choke area. Meanwhile, Fishkopf sneaked in through Hunter and got onto Raptor. Unluckily for him, he didn't hit the shots that he needed. So we are seeing both teams here waiting for the respawners, as we're gonna see how either teams are gonna deal with this stalemate here.
Yeah, it looks like we have Raph on Spy. I don't know if he's just checking or if he's actually gonna go goes by. It looks like he's definitely starting out taking. Yeah, okay, he's just gonna go soldier. This is a pretty normal spot to go snipers. Oh my god, Fist comes in and takes down Raptor. Just pops him into the air and just takes him down. Raptor not popping the Uber there. Gets punished. Really nice. And then Stefan misspells dropped her in chat. But yeah, that opens up everything.
Yeah, we do see the Germans coming in there. We do a really high bomb there coming in from Olga, and he actually gets the drop onto Kratos. So both medics dropping here. This is a complete car crash here for the Germans after Fishkov did it so well.
Yeah, both medics basically got dropped in the same manner there. Just not really willing to pop it there. I don't know. I think Kratos should have just popped it there. When you're under a lot of pressure and you're pushing in like that, just popping you was really great when you have. Just because you gain so much. Oh my god, this soldier spam. Clip taking down Sweet. And the spear as well, just spamming pipes and stickies into the choke. That's going to completely shut down this push that OMNI5 were trying to do. But there's some stickies forward. Oh, they barely missed. That was a nice sticky trap from Demos, but they didn't pay off. And here comes the double soldier bomb in. The Germans putting on a ton of pressure. Here comes the scout. Follow up, but no, it looks like they will not be able to make it in there alive. And maybe they were just trying to look for Raptor. And that whole...
I think they were peeking a bit there to see what they could get done with the double solid aggression, but unluckily for them, Fishkov got taken out instantly and they decided to pull back, not losing any more players there. So do see the Germans holding back here.
Yeah, everyone's just going into the house here. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to take in Demos immediately, but really nice positioning here from the Germans. They're out and they're getting ready to go back in here. They're just going to Uber in actually, just very preemptively, and pops the medic into the air. Raptor dodges that air shot. He couldn't drop to that one, but man, that was dangerous. And Olga is going to get just eaten alive by two scouts. Now it's just an even fight on this point here. And usually that would favor the defending team, but no, this time around it will be OMNI5 that wins it, and only Stefan survives.
As he's jumping around here in resup, just going back to last. Probably going to build up a sentry here, as this is going to be a free spire here for OMNI5. They do have 50% Uber advantage here, so let's see where they decide to take this one.
Yeah, we've seen we see the same hold that OMNI5 has had so much success with themselves. It's a sentry gun far back, and then we have the pyro on the right side, and with just the medic and the soldier. The pyro's holding really far back though, so you know, maybe he's not going to be able to reflect enough things. It's pretty interesting to see just how far back Ideals is, but...
Yeah, I think the plan is to defend the sentry. Instead of being aggressive, defending or deflecting Ubered players, it's just going to be reflecting all the spam. As the Uber is coming in right here from OMNI5, they actually get the sentry gun, and Stefan as well, trying to repair that sentry. We get a lot of cap time. Germans gotta be careful here. They get a lot of picks there. Yeah. Olga is behind point here, and he's turning all the heads from the Germans, but yeah, buying time for Raptor and Demos to get out to the choke here.
Yeah, just a little bit too keen on getting on that point. I feel like they bombed it too fast and with too many people, and then they just got chewed up. Like you want to send at most one player onto the point to make everyone else drop down, and then you have the high ground and then you murder them. But they just sent down like 3 players to try and cap out the point, and it didn't work out for them. So a little bit too eager there to get onto it, but yeah, the pyro didn't really do too much. But here comes Uber onto the middle, and Raptor, he's way out of there. Raptor behind lines as well. Actually, Sweet's behind lines as well.
Demos almost died from fall damage there. He was launched super high in the air, and he landed with 4 HP remaining. Yeah, we do see Olga there as well, trying to get in onto Kratos, but he gets taken out. So we do see a full Uber advantage here, actually, from OMNI5, but they're dropping all their players, so there's going to be a Spire here for the Germans.
Yeah, it's one of these situations where you can't use an Uber advantage. It always feels really bad, but yeah, you definitely shouldn't be using an Uber with a soldier and a demo against the whole team. So it's a bit unfortunate. We still have Raph behind lines. You see him just kind of hiding around, trying to get someone to go back and look for him, but you know, this is also a little bit dangerous for Raph, because if he stays too far behind lines, he will be completely useless in any kind of push, because he's not even in a position to back cap right now. So he needs to be careful not to become completely isolated from the fight here. And the rest of the Germans, they are in to the top lobby now.
Yeah, luckily for him, the resup area is very close, so he could jump in there and swap class real quick to get back to last, but still, he's still sitting in-house, not really doing much as he is walking a bit towards the resup area now. But we do see some spam here being exchanged from the Germans.
Oh, Raf's about to come in. And I don't think they recognize. Oh, he misses the drop-down jump. Oh, okay. Oh, that was sad. He missed the first drop-down jump, and then he just happened to run into a scout that just one-shot him. All right. Better luck next time, Raf. You gotta work on your jump maps into that very difficult drop-down jump, apparently. But unfortunate. Smear's actually kind of caught in. He's taking down Demo's very weak, and yeah, he gets taken down. Eventually, Smear going for the pick there, but he will not be able to get it. So that's going to cause the Germans to go outside, just chill out on Spire and just make sure that they can get the Smear spawn back here.
Yeah, if I know Smear, he will be choosing to go the quickies now. So it's a good situation here for the Germans to try to make some kind of point play. And I was right, yeah. Smear is on the quickies. So we do see a solo in. Raf gets the pick onto Adel.
Oh, nice.
He gets air shot there by Fishkop. That was a really nice shot there. Coming out from Fishkop.
Yeah, you leave my medic alone. I will not have it. And he just shuts down Raf. So Raf is getting owned here a couple of times. And we see... Oh no! Raptor goes down to spam. That is sad. This is so... Olga is behind here. But man, Raptor just going down to spam because he was too far forward and just not willing to drop here. But where is Kratos? He's... Like, so many people have actually gone down, and yeah, now it's just basically Smear, and I can't believe the Germans messed this one up. They just can't get in there at all, and yeah, the Raptor tactical drop works out somehow. That was really weird.
Yeah, I think it's one of those chaos theory strats where you just try to do as much as possible at the same time and hope it just works, and it did for the OMNI5 team, as they do get a lot of cap time here onto Spire, and the German players are pretty weak here from the detonator coming up from Olga, and it looks like they're interested in going to the house, but they're actually slowing down now as well, so it's going to be another stalemate here on the balance.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit, you know, pushing out with the pyro, but then what do you do? My suggestion was to just go back into the respawn. But it looks like Olga's going to play inside the house. The house is definitely the best place for a pyro to play. People can't really run or jump away very easily, and very easy to reflect things. And of course, you can just burn them in close quarters. Oh, it looks like he's just going to be there to deny bombers and just maybe go into house and be aggressive. But he's actually just staying on pyro, and he's making his presence known by just spamming that detonator. So let's see how this works out. It should be pretty interesting. Last time around we saw Raf getting picked off in resupply, but he's playing in really deep, so that can't happen.
Fishkov literally playing with fire here, as he is in the house area. He's gonna have to be really careful here, as Olga is on him, but he gets arrowed and gets the health back, so he's gonna stay alive. So that could have been really dangerous there for Fishkov.
Yeah, I think his demo's on... No, okay, I thought he was on the quickies. It's still Smear on the quickies, so you know, sticky traps can be destroyed at any time. I quite like quickie bombs just sometimes because it allows you to be really aggressive through chokes, because you can just like diffuse all the stickies. No big deal. And it looks like Clip is getting ready to jump in here, and then we have Fiskov going into Haunter again. Fiskov gets taken down, and Clip gets denied as well. So Fiskov actually gets taken down by Olga.
Yeah, they tried to do the same sack as we saw earlier with Clip distracting and choke and Fishkop to Hunter, but Olga was there. Yeah, we do see OMNI5 take their Uber in, and Smear hit some nice pipes onto Raptor, forcing him to pop his Uber. So right now the Ubers are very even here, as it's gonna be like a completely new mid-fight, but oh, look at that! Kratos gets taken out, and this is just falling apart here for the Germans as they're trying to salvage, see what kinds of pick they can get, and Swee's pretty weak, and they actually get him, and Raptor is also pretty weak. So let's see what Smear and Stefan tries to do here, as it looks like Smear is walking in there, edging in towards Raptor.
Oh
Raptor is
no,
alone.
he can just charge shot him. Raptor apparently decided not to go the same way as Ixie. Ixie does take down the scout, and you know, a 6 HP scout can still take down a demo. He just needs to not get hit at all, and there we go. Nice job by Ixie, but miscommunication between Raptor and Ixie, looks like.
definitely. And even though they lost a demo and a scout there, the Germans are still gonna be happy with the outcome. They can pull. Oh, look at Sui! Sui is in deep. They actually get taken out, and they get both scouts here. Germans. So this is gonna be really good now when Smira and who else are back on the board here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a re-push here. They're gonna have to go into the detonator spam, but that's gonna be pretty much it. As long as they dodge sticky traps, they should be good to go here. They don't even need to use the Uber in. Everyone else is just retreated out here. Raptor's gonna take position pretty far forward, maybe try to jump into them, but it looks like it's gonna be a valley push coming out here. Kratos just playing in resupply, and the Sui manages to survive, but Kratos all the way on the bridge now in lower lobby. He will pop it there. Just going through the door, and yeah, they do catch out Olga, but it's not the best thing anymore. But the demo's under so much pressure, but no, it's just taking down Fishkov. He is not under pressure. He's pressuring them. And this is a perfect spire hold. Raft behind lines now, just completely spamming everyone else, just denying them the exit. And that's a complete wipe. Great hold from OMNI5.
We do see the 100% Uber advantage coming in here for Raptor. As we do see the soldiers here from the Germans lurking around here in Valley, and how Fishkov sneaking in behind. Is he gonna be able to do anything?
Yes!
He's jumping in onto Raptor. He gets 2 nice rockets off, but Raptor surfs away really well. And yeah, that's gonna be a player down there for the Germans. We do get the pick onto Sui as well from a sticky trap from Smira, so that's really good there for the Germans.
Yeah, both teams have been struggling quite a bit with this setup that the Germans have going. It's a level 3 sentry, I believe, plus a pyro on the top left. And how do you deal with that? Well, the key dispenser pick has come in here, so that's something. It's not a crit speed, no, it's there we go. Uber has come in, take down the sentry gun immediately, but they get no other picks. They haven't played the point yet either, so they haven't really forced anyone down there. So far, this is a really nice hold from the Germans. They're on 75%. There we go. Olga's going to get onto the point. That's going to force some players down there. So that will enable them to just spam it out. But Fishkov now in the ring, and Rafflin very deep, and will actually force out Uber here from Kratos. So Kratos will not be able to hold on to it and use Uber on a repush. And it's 4 against 4 right now, so I don't think we can see any kind of push. So it's actually an Uber advantage once again for Raptor. So they did manage to put on enough pressure there to get out the Uber and get the Uber advantage.
Yeah, it was actually pretty clutch there from Kratos. He got a saw on one of the soldiers from OMNI5. He was really weak, but just managed to get that saw to pop that Uber off to not die, and also managed to save Smira and a soldier as well. So it was a pretty good play there from Kratos, but unfortunately we have the Uber advantage here from OMNI5, and we do see Olga on the heavy as well, on the brass piece heavy.
Oh my god, moving sentry in the house. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to go in top left here, get everyone to use all their ammo, and then they're just going to park their heavy top right, but he finds a soldier, so he can't really get in yet. They've taken down the sentry gun, but now it's just both teams have taken their own sides here, and no time has been on the board. But here comes the heavy. The heavy could really turn the tides here, because if he just stands there and spam forever.
Oh, Raptor!
Oh, Raptor again dies to spam. This has happened so many times.
Yeah, he stood in a little bit too long there and died from spam from both Smira and Fishkov, I believe. And Smira jumping deep here onto Spire. It's only demos nearby.
Sui going behind. Oh, it looks like he's not going to go for the back cap. Yeah, he wouldn't have made that. He's just going to go back.
Yeah, it was a solid spot as well. Yeah, really interesting to see OMNI5 trying it with some off-class there with the brass piece heavy. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Yeah,
you see. Sorry, go ahead.
There's about 3 minutes remaining, so it's not going to be a whole lot of last pushes to go. Like, at some point, you should just stop pushing. You know?
Oh, stickies on train!
Oh, yeah, actually gets a nice pick onto Clip. Kratos still holding on to his Uber here, but there's so much spam. Like, this is the kind of situation that you really have to be very disciplined as a medic and just really dodge everything. Because taking 30 damage, like, doing that a bunch of times will just get you really low, and then they can pop you so easily, just force you. So you have to be very careful, and Kratos is indeed careful, and now it's going to be very difficult for them to actually make it through the choke in time to get Raptor, and Raptor will have an Uber, but you know, maybe they can just spam Raptor and get him to drop. Solid strategies this game.
Yeah, maybe. We might even see Clip and Fishkov doing the same sack over again, as we do see a triple push here on the resap area. but they unfortunately didn't manage to catch the soldier off guard, and Stefan actually gets taken out as well, so that's very unlucky there for the Germans. Gonna be pulling back to the midpoint there, so we do see Olga flying in deep, trying to get something done, but he gets taken out. Really good denial coming in there from Adelos.
Yeah, just basically completely stopped him. There was no chance of Raptor even being hit there. So it's a good deny, nice little counter sack. There's 1.5 minutes remaining-ish. And it looks like the Germans are gonna maybe try to go resub again, maybe they're gonna go through Haunter. They do have Smear placed in the choke right now, and they're gonna go through Haunter. Just go in there and take the Uber fight, and it looks like they're gonna jump Clip behind up on Spire. And that could really be an issue if the rest of the Germans jump in here. It's onto the medic. Raptor will surf it really well, but now the rest of the Germans are coming in, and Raptor is out of position. He's not healing anyone, and he is weak. And Fiskov's about to jump in on him, but he's joined up by Ixi. He will deny it, but it looks like Spire will go to the Germans, so a great push in here.
Yeah, from playing with Smear a bit, that's a classic strat from Smear. Just go for an Uber exchange, and in the Uber exchange, bomb a solid behind to create some chaos, and worked out really well for them this time.
Yeah, and especially just getting onto Spire. It feels even better on Badlands than normal. And it is actually an Uber advantage. And Clips on Spy, interestingly enough. Like, you definitely can't do the long play here on Spy. It's just like getting in there because nobody expected. Clips in position now. Looks like the Uber's about to come in. Clip comes up, takes down the Pyro. I don't know if that was worth it, but the Sending Gun has gone down. It's about 30 seconds remaining. But Raptors is being protected, healing a heavy. Shocky's hiding on the point. There we go. He's just going to sit on it. He's very close to exit. He gets a lot of time. And here comes the Soldier. The Soldier has to be dealt with. The Uber comes down. 18 seconds remaining. And it's just going to be Kratos against the world. And it's not going to be able to go down. No spawners will be able to get there in time. And that's going to be 1-1 in regular time. So we're going to overtime immediately on the first map.
Yeah, really good here to see the action, and yeah, both teams being so closely matched with each other that we have overtime in the first map. Yeah, I do have to question Clip's choice of going Spy with like less than a minute remaining. Maybe he wasn't keeping attention on the clock. I'm not sure.
It could also just be like who does that. Just works off of the fact that nobody would do that, so of course it's gonna work, right? Like, that's something I've used as an excuse to go Spy before, but yeah, it was a bit weird. Like, he ended up doing like 30 damage to the Pyro, so it definitely turned out not to be worth it. And it's also worth mentioning, I guess, is that if this had been the old Badlands with the really fast cap time, Shocky would have just capped it out. Like, he would have just won the game, but no. Not on the Pro Lands or even the updated Badlands. So at the end, I was talking about if you're in a golden cap against OMNI5, you need to be scared because they have just played that so many times and it always ends well for them. But the Germans have actually also played really well in some golden caps before. So it's like the battle of the golden cap titans.
Yeah.
About to see.
Yeah, interestingly enough, in my team, Baskew, we played OMNI5 to the Golden Cap as well on Pro Lands and lost it, so I can vouch for OMNI5 being good in the Golden Cap.
Yeah, like I wonder. I haven't really checked this, but I have this feeling that OMNI5 has gotten like an extreme amount of points in Golden Caps compared to what we normally see in teams. It's they're just really good at slowing down the game and then getting into Golden Cap, and then they get that usual extra point. But yeah, there is this disturbing factor, which is that the Germans seem to just win every single middle, and when you're in a Golden Cap, that's a really nice boon to have.
Yeah, I feel like Badlands usually is one of those maps where middle is probably the most important part. Like, you could say it for any map really, but when it comes to Pro Lands, I feel like if you win middle, you usually end up winning a round as well at the back of it, just because of how hard it is to push forward. So yeah, that's definitely gonna work in the favor of the Germans here.
Yeah, and we are going live. Shocky has found comp matchmaking, so he's not going to play anymore. Just kidding. He'll still be here. And yeah, it's going to be 1-1 in regular time, and now it's going to be a golden cap on ProLance on the first map of this lower bracket semi-final. The winner will play Ascent, the loser will go out, but we have 2 maps to play first. Looks like we're going to see Demos go to the balcony. Raph's going to jump in immediately on Smear, but he does no damage to him. But Ixie will do damage to him. Smear will eventually take him down. Kratos on a lot of pressure as well. Ixie coming in behind, but gets alive by 2 scouts. And here comes the Clip Soldier Bomb. Does some damage to Raptor, but will not be able to get him. And it's actually a really chaotic fight, and it's still favoring the Germans, but if Raptor can just get out alive, then maybe they can salvage everything, but that's going to be a tough sell. He is in-house. No, will not make it.
Yeah, both soldiers there from both Clip and Fishkov went into the house of OMNI5, which had worked so good previously, but the aggression from
last.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, the aggression from OMNI5 was so quick.
Spotted. He's just gonna get out of there. All right.
Yeah, the aggression from OMNI5 was so quick that Clip and Fishkov didn't turn any heads, and they didn't manage to cause any distractions really with their bombs. Yeah, we do see Fishkov getting out alive with a very low amount of HP there.
He was just like jumping around. I don't think he had like anything loaded either. So he was just desperately jumping around trying to dodge Raph, and he actually made it. That was a good job by Fishkov. Most people would have died in that situation. It's going to be an uber advantage for Kratos, and they are getting ready to do this. And this is just purely because Raptor tried to get away and died so late. But, you know, there's the Olga Pyro, there's the Sentry Gun. They haven't been able to deal with it, but it looks like they're going to get really close. They're not taking down the Sentry Gun, they're not focusing down. There we go, finally. But they wasted so much time that now they're just going to have to basically get out. Idolos does not want to get out, but he's going to just have to do it. Raph actually does go down, but he trades with Smear, so that's all good. That means no stickies on the point. And there's another great hold here from OMNI5, and the Germans, they just still haven't found the answer to this hold.
And now we're going to see Smear on the quickie bombs again, I would expect, because the Uber must be forced there, as they will. Raptor forcing really early there from the spam onto the drop-down area, so it's going to be an Uber advantage coming in there for the Germans.
Yeah, they don't have the quick bomb now. Actually, Smear decides to stay on the regular golden one. I mean, if you have a golden one, you gotta stay. You gotta use it.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes sense. Yeah, you didn't take that into consideration when you made your analysis, but it's gonna be another Valley, and Raph is in the force spawn, so he's gonna spot it, but he's not gonna be able to contest it really. And look at that. Oh my god, Kratos is so weak, but he gets medkit, and they're in behind it. It's really nice, and Kratos does manage to pop off, and Raptor gets taken down by a scout. And Olga's actually just hiding in this tiny corner, but he gets taken down to just that perfect wraparound. Raph comes in, shoots both soldiers into the skybox. That was a massive bomb coming in from Raph. He will get taken down for it, but that was definitely worth it. That slowed down the Germans a whole bunch. Took down Fishkop, but now they're going to be able to just roll in onto the last. Basically uncontested. Can the spawners come in time?
Yeah, we do see 2 scouts playing the point really quickly, and both the Pyro and the Heavy is dropping down here. Some really good dodging coming in from Stefan. It actually gets the Heavy as well, but it looks like the Germans are falling back overall, as we do see Kratos diving here onto the point, just trying to get on it.
Just feeding demos.
Yeah, Smear is super weak here. Just gonna be pulling back here.
Yeah, demos were just sitting in the tube. I don't know if they realized or not, but yeah, he just took down 3 players with ease. Fishkov's hiding in the corner. He could actually have jumped the medic there, but it turns out he's not wall hacking, but he is on the last, but he's not going to be able to cap it in time. So I don't think they know about him being behind lines. So, you know, maybe that's going to be an opening coming in here. But, we'll see how he plays this.
Yeah, it was a little bit weird of Kratos there to jump the point when there was both stickies and a player on the point, but he tried at least. That's what's important. We do have Fishkov behind there as well. We're going to be looking to walk forward here, just turning some heads right now, spamming. And look at OMNI5, they're all going back for Fishkov.
Yeah, he's just going to hang out on Spire. And this can be really annoying. I think Olga's just going to hold the house right now. Yeah, okay, now they know where he is once again. I feel like the more Fishkov gives his position away, the worse it is. And yeah, there we go. He gets taken down. Like, if he would have just continued to sit on Spire and farm those 2 medkits, I think it would have been better. So now
yeah, but look at all the time he bought. The Germans almost have the Uber here. You're gonna be able to go for an Uber trade here and defend Spire, hopefully, as we do see the OMNI5 team here walking in very far, and they have pretty good position here. As you see a really deep bomb from Raph. doesn't quite manage to get that force off.
Yeah.
And we do see the OMNI5 team here pulling back, thanks to the time that Fishkopf bought there.
Yeah, it turned out to be a really good. Fishkopf's gonna try to make his way into Valley. He hasn't been spotted. He's onto the medic. They're gonna miss the first rocket, then the second one gets mocked, and he will get taken down. Oh, he actually took down Ixie.
Yeah, he hit Ixie with a headshot rocket, so he cratered.
Oh, that's what happened. All right, yeah, I was gonna say, how did that happen? But yeah, Ixie saved the president. It's good. Looks like Olga's gonna go in here with a very vertical jump just into the skybox, but he will not find his way into Kratos at all. He just ends up trying to take down Clip instead, but he will have no success doing so. And I don't know if would you do some sort of off class here if you were Olga, or
I mean,
just gonna oh, Clip's actually
he gets the force as well. That's really good from Clip, jumping in when no one was really watching. So this is gonna leave Germans with a full Uber advantage, and the OMNI5, they're all pulling back. Ooh, we do see Olga on the spy here actually.
Yeah, so he does go for the off class. Now, guess I called it, but I don't think he was expecting there to be a full Uber disadvantage. But he is just sitting in the barrels right now. This is a pretty good spot, but he has to be careful. He's like inches away from hitting a scout. And Clip can also spot him, but there we go.
Clip didn't hear him.
Oh,
it's gonna be very dangerous.
So
oh, he gets the stab as well. Oh, that's heartbreaking for the Germans.
Yeah, they had it all set up.
It's gonna be a lot of hype here for OMNI5, and we're gonna be looking to recontest this with the heals.
They're so dangerous in this this overtime. They just pull out clutch play after clutch play. A soldier jumps in. I think that's Clip. Yeah, will not be able to find a medic or really anything there. Just hits different players. Olga's running around with 5 HP. I think he's just going to try and make his way back to respawn and switch classes. So he's going to be out of action for quite a bit. But Raptor's about to have his Uber. They're pretty close to Haunter, but there's just nothing there. They're just going to be able to run out for free. He didn't pop through. It's always really tempting as for a medic to just pop through these kind of small doors, but yeah, his team checked stickies for him, and it's all good, and they're gonna hang on to their advantage here. The only negative thing is that they had to climb Spire first, but they can still push with the Uber advantage, and yeah, they can do it here. They can make it in. Maybe they can find the answer to this Pyro Sentry hold.
Yeah, I was hoping Olga would go sniper there actually, so he had played all the off classes possible in this match.
Wait, they're not going. Do they not realize they have Uber advantage? I don't think they do.
Oh no!
Oh no! They didn't count Uber properly. That's actually really close. That's a huge deal. And yeah, now they don't have an Uber advantage. They do actually manage to spam down the sentry gun, but they could have had an Uber advantage in here. So now they're going to have to earn the Uber advantage again. So that's going to slow things down. I guess we're going to be hit a lot.
But let's see Rap in with the bomb, but he gets demolished there by Shocky on the heavy, who also eats Sui alive there. We're gonna be seeing a push out here, most likely from the Germans, at least a little peek.
Oh,
we do see Clip there actually being taken out, probably trying to go for a sack there, so that's gonna be...
Yeah, he was jumping Spire like up against the scout, so the scout just completely stuffed him.
Ooh, Raf on Spy.
Well, it's worked before, right? Now it's a different person playing Spy. Or is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So we just see him here going into trash, not really doing much. Is this guy says enemy spy? That's a interesting book choice.
Yeah, that's the worst one. I don't know what his reasoning here is.
I think friendly sniper is the best one you can go for here.
Yeah, agreed. Because even if they spot you, they might not figure it out, and they might, you know, if there's a sniper, they look forward. Whereas they should be looking behind, so...
it's gonna be interesting to see what Raph decides to go for, since Kratos is pretty much in spawn here. And Raph is just standing around here behind point, just watching to see what happens.
I think they're waiting for... Like, if they start going in a little bit, maybe the Pyro's gonna move forward and the Kratos gonna have to move forward to heal him. So that might be what they're going for. Now the sentry gun is actually on the floor, so they can't spam it out. And this is a weaker position. It works better if they don't spot it, obviously. So this could all work out, but Kratos is still just staying in spawn. It's Olga or
Oh,
Raph.
that's Spice checking for Smira. Raph is super weak.
Did they realize they actually hit him though? I wonder.
I am not sure. I don't think so, but I think they understand that there is a spy around somewhere.
Oh, he's just gonna sap the sentry gun. Oh.
Sap the sentry and die.
Yeah, and then they sent in a soldier at the same time, but there was also a dispenser in the way of the medic. So just the NG just dealing with both players right there, and that's gonna leave them with 4 players to hold the spire. And Raph's about to spawn, but this can end poorly for you, but it's also a pretty good position overall. With a soldier onto the spire, it's just gonna force people back. Demos is spamming the spire as much as he can with the quickie bomb, but here comes a bomb onto Raptor. Raptor holds onto it, but now he's very weak, and the spire cap has gone down. Now the roles have been reverted. As it's gonna be the Germans that are 1 man down, but they're spamming the spire.
Oh, they have all gone pyro. He's flaming around here, and Uber has been traded here, but Kratos is completely alone.
No, getting air blasted around. And
he actually stays alive for so long.
And that's a bad thing.
Yeah, that's actually a bad thing indeed. Chucky almost takes out Olga there, but doesn't quite manage to do it.
Oh, and Olga even gets saved. Fiskop's behind lines, and I don't think he's been spotted. He's just literally gonna walk up to the medic, but no, the pyro spots him. And once the pyro spots you, it becomes very difficult to actually hit a rocket onto the medic. And yeah, Fiskop will eventually go down. Raptor's going to be in an Uber advantage. OMNI5, they're in a position here. If they just count Uber and realize that they have an advantage, it should be very, very easy in this situation. But they're just not even going to bother with Uber advantage. Just going to maybe peek in there. Seems like just inviting disaster. But yeah, they do survive. So they're getting ready for this Uber advantage push.
Yeah. So let's hopefully this time Raph doesn't sit around too long with spy, so they realize it's a spy, even though they don't have a spy this time. As we do see the Uber being taken in here with a demo and a scout.
The sentry gun's still up.
Yeah, they cannot get the sentry pick, and that's gonna prompt a fallback there from OMNI5, and it's gonna be Uber advantage here from the Germans.
It's crazy. They didn't even take down the sentry. Like usually the sentry is just kind of there to eat damage and then have everyone else survive, and then you're feeling good. But the sentry didn't even go down.
And that's why defensive pyro is so good. Just having a pyro sitting back, reflecting everything that comes in the sentry's way, so hard to deal with. As we do see Sui hiding there in trash, they get taken out. Yeah. Look at the detonator here from Olga. That's so much damage. It actually forces the Uber as well. Smir's in deep, and he might be taken out here by Ixi, but Ixi gets cleaned up there by Smir and the scouter that's with them as well. Shocky, I believe. And Smir here just walking in, taking up all the space he can.
There's 2 players behind line. Demos is in Valley. He's very weak. He gets taken down. And then there's also a soldier that's Raph. He will trade with the classic Roamer trade, basically, where they both shoot each other and kill each other. It never gets old to me. It's just funny. And now we have the situation where, like, the Germans are definitely, they have the momentum, but they also have an Uber disadvantage. And they could just be really aggressive here, jump into the pyro and try to force down the medic. But they have to be very careful not to get the Kratos too close to them. So, yeah, and Olga is on pyro, so that's really good at just denying jumpers and really heavy aggression. So it looks like it's just going to slow down once again, and we have another stalemate. And you know, at this point, I bet they're really nervous on both teams, because if they make any kind of mistake, they're just going to lose the map.
Yeah, it's been a very long golden cap here, and I feel like the longer it gets drawn out, the longer it gets, if it makes any sense. Like, the longer the golden cap goes, the more nervous the player gets. And both teams are really cautious here not to make any mistakes happen.
Yeah, Raptor, he's still playing like in a very normal position. Kratos is really far back. Like, I don't know, Shocky's hiding in the bush, but he's hiding in his own bush. Can you explain this one? Okay, he's not hiding in it. I guess he was just standing there. I didn't quite understand that one. It was too brainy for me. Demos gives them that nice little taunt. Maybe that's going to send them into them. But we actually see a lot of players in house right now. We've seen the Germans rotate into house quite a bit, but I think they're not going to like just that they're going to send in a pyro.
The clip, Fishkopf already eats a reflector and was super weak, but he gets arrowed luckily. And I feel like at this point, it wouldn't hurt with a sniper. I like to see some sniping.
Agrees.
Some good sniping. Oh yeah, we do have Sui on the sniper actually. He gets the body shot onto Clip. And some good spam here coming in from Smear as everyone is hiding behind trains. This could be the perfect time to just take some space and choke and get a sack in.
Yeah, like if you just have a soldier in house, basically, like he can get in really far, and if he's lucky, he can get a nice shot onto the medic. And Sui's actually in Valley right now, and I don't think anyone realizes, like, there's no pressure on Valley at all. And Sui has a really nice look, but Kratos is actually behind the train. Oh, and there we go, Idilos realizes, and there he goes. So they dodge a bullet there. I don't know if Kratos is really smart and took everything into account, or if you just got lucky that you happen to be behind the train. But we also see Shocky on Spy, just waiting. And hopefully they're not going to do the ascent thing where they just have a spy behind lines forever and then they just the medic and then send in bombs. But no, he's going to come in here, take down the medic, Raptor goes down again, drops like the 4th Uber of this match, gets taken down. The spy play eats out the sniper play, but now they're going to have to push into a sniper, so they're not out of the woodworks yet. But man, that was a clutch pick.
Yeah, as long as Kratos can hold on to his Uber here and yeah, not do a +2, we should be good to see some kind of last push happening here. But we have to detonate the pyro in the reset here, just being overall annoying to the Germans here.
Yeah, just like he's kind of threatening to do a big flank. It looks like he's changed spawns now, and I think they saw it as well. Like he didn't close the door before switching spawn, so there's a slight mistake there. Just giving away that kind of information, because if you're just sitting in spawn, it's unfortunate. But okay, Clip's in here. He has a shotgun, and it's the weird one. Look at that, the reserve shooter. But they take down Sentigun, but then they get nothing else. So just again, they just cannot deal with this this pyro up here. It's really quite crazy how they just fail Uber push after Uber push into this last.
It is a very hard last push to push, especially when they're running a pyro and an NG. We do see Fishcup here getting taken out by an aggressive Olga. He's going to be peeking the shutter here, and there is some stickies above it, but he's trying to reflect them away, but it's not quite managing to delete them.
There we go.
But yeah, he's gonna detonate them, and yeah, we're gonna find ourselves in the mid-to-second stalemate here once again here on Badlands.
Yeah, Raptor, he still has an Uber advantage, and it looks like they're just going to Uber in here. Kratos on 90% though, so he's almost certainly going to be able to get it. Everyone from the Germans have taken quite a lot of damage though, and Clip will actually go down, but here comes the counter Uber, and Raptor's very weak, but it looks like he has actually made it out alive, but he cannot really stay in and heal his team.
Oh, demos!
Oh yeah, that's really sad, going down like that. And Raptor's actually playing pretty far forward, and Ixie's in here behind lines, but gets taken down by Idalos and Fishcop. And now Raptor could be in a very perilous position, but he has gone all the way back to last. So the Germans win out this fight once again, and it's even Ubers, which is, we have established, is just as good as having an Uber advantage. So
it looks like the Germans want to do some kind of dry push here before they get time to set up, but yeah, they noticed that the setup is complete here for the OMNI5 team. Yeah, they're just slowing down here in the lobby area, building that Uber.
Man, this is how long has this golden cap lasted? I wonder. I kind of wish they would have forgotten to take away the 30-minute timer, just so I could see how long this has gone on. But they've just failed so many pushes and been in so many small stalemates that this has just taken a long time. And I have to get up early tomorrow. I think I'm just gonna like leave you halfway through the next map or something, just to go to bed.
I also need to go to bed early, man. I also have work tomorrow.
We'll both leave him. He'll be fine, right?
Yeah, he'll be fine. We'll just show the action. As we do see Ixie getting taken out there by the double solid spam there from bottom right. So that's a pick to go on. And we do see yeah, double solid aggression continuing here, and he gets the second pick as well. Fishkov gets taken out though in return, and we do see some point there as well by Clip, but he's gonna be taken out as well. But okay, he's going down by the aggressive play he did.
Yeah,
and this
so
might be
much aggression, and now they're just oh my god, Idala's winning that and forcing the Uber out. Kratos has also forced, but that was just really aggressive play. I like how they're playing it differently now, because they just failed the same push so many times. So now there's this slow, methodical push on the left side with the double soldier spam, and the Clip has gone spy, by the way. And I'm not sure exactly what his plan is, but just gonna disguise as a friendly scout for now, waiting to go in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Omni5 in this situation, you must expect a spy. Like, you must be spy checking. So it's gonna be really hard for Clip to actually get something. We could maybe see him try to go for like a soldier, maybe go for Raph there on the top right.
Yeah, I quite like whenever you're a spy and you feel like it's a bad situation, you just go for like an off pick, like you know, because they know you're gonna go for the medic in the demo. So if you just go for like a scout or like a soldier or something, then that can really work. Ixie is also on spy, and he's just checking inside the spawn. So the longer they wait, the more likely he is to find out that Clip is actually a spy. But yeah, let's see what the Clip decides to do. I don't know if he's on Cloak and Dagger or not. Maybe that's why he's just stalling here. Because if he goes in too fast and he's not in Cloak and Dagger, yeah, he's not. So that's why he was stalling. He couldn't just sit there forever. So he's in now. He's committed. And he's going to have to uncloak here. So, can he get the Pyro? Oh, no. Missed it. He flopped it. I guess if you can just get the Pyro down, then you can actually do a normal push, right? And then you don't have to deal with that annoying Sentry Pyro. But Olga, he's probably going to have like a full flog shot pretty soon, right?
Oh no! Flog is one of those things that you can absolutely catch you off guard. For instance, when you're using the flog charge, you are Ubered for a few seconds, and I've had it happen to my team that we think that the enemy team has Ubered just because we see that.
Oh right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've seen him just use it now. Like, they also killed Olga at some point. Actually, yeah, Olga did die at some point, so maybe he hasn't built it as much as I think. So, you know, he got killed when he was on the flog, so I think they might suspect it a little more than normal. So see Kratos, he's just hanging up all the way up on the railings. Looks like there's waiting, and they're taking it very slow. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen a single sniper. Like, normally in these kind of situations where it's really slow and like it's really clutch and it's a golden cap and everything, like you tend to play a lot of sniper in that kind of situation because that feels like a very low risk, high reward kind of thing where, like, yeah, sure, it might take 5 minutes, but yeah, you're probably going to get a med pick at some point, right? Or like a demo pick or just a pick.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, maybe Germans are going for the strat that they know that they don't have to get up early tomorrow, so they're just boring Omni5 out there. Like, yep, yeah. You're gonna have to go to work soon. We're gonna continue this golden cap until 7 AM tomorrow.
Yeah, like at this rate, we're not even gonna like get any sleep. We can just like go straight from casting to work. It's gonna work out great.
Sounds like a great Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, just cast all night, go to work really early. Kratos goes down.
Ixie gets the body shot onto Kratos there. That's so clutch.
Yeah, that completely caught me off guard. I was like, oh, they died. One of them died. Oh no, and Fizz got burned to death. I think he was on the pain train, so he couldn't run fast, get to the medkit in time. But the backhand! Oh my god! Oh. The double backhand coming in from the side as everyone else was pushing out. How did that work?
That's okay.
That's a tactical drop right there from Kratos.
Well, the way I see it here is Omni5, they've been sitting for so long there on their last, and they're like, yes, finally we have a big advantage to push on. And they rushed it a little bit, and then unluckily for them, there was 2 players hiding, and yeah, they got the back cap.
Yeah, and that was an almost 24-minute golden cap.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's so long. Oh.
It makes me think about the high ground finals a few seasons back, where both the maps played had like 30-minute golden caps.
Oh wow! Yeah, but yeah, now we actually have like 2 sets of logs that we can look at because they're both significantly enough in length that it makes sense to look at it. But yeah, which log do we want to look at first? Do we want to look at the main game, or do we want to look at the golden cap? All right, main game first.
Yeah, I would say main game first, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right. And the first thing that I notice, because I only look at damage, is smear top damage, but actually underneath that is Ixie with 23 and 8.
Ixie having such a game. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah, it's really good. It's I guess the best way to put that. And also Fiskov actually doing a lot of damage. Is he the pocket or roamer? He is the roamer. Yeah, he didn't get any heals. So Fiskov having a good game as well. Like especially in middles, I noticed Fiskov just destroying, and just even when he didn't do much, he caught everyone, or he pulled so many people back by like trying to get behind that it just caused everyone to fall back and lose position, and then they won the mid anyway. And okay, I want to see who actually won mid in the golden cap was. Yeah, that was the Germans as well. So they won 4 out of 4 mids. So
yeah, that's definitely an issue there for OMNI5. And I also do want to point out that Clip has the most air shots, so he's the real winner here.
Yeah, that's very true. That's the only thing that really matters. And I say we go on to the medic stats because this should be interesting. I want to see the drops. Like both teams had a lot of drops going for them, and here we go. Kratos with the 1 drop, and Raptor only with 2. All right, fair enough. But yeah,
oh yeah, we had quite a few in the golden cap as well. So hold your horses.
Oh yeah, we will be adding things.
I also want to point out with the main game here that Olga's and Raf's KDs were not great. Olga having 7 kills, 19 deaths, and Raf having 9 kills and 17 deaths there. So not a great game there for the OMNI5 soldiers.
Yeah, it looks like they were just there to basically feed in and buy space. They did do that pretty effectively, but there were also like a lot of times where Raf would just bomb in, basically alone with no support from his team, and then he would just die. You know, like Olga got that 1 miraculous drop onto Kratos, but like in the grand scheme of things, they didn't have a whole lot of success, and they didn't. Yeah, also Raf only had like 200 damage per minute. That's very low for a soldier.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we should have a look at the golden cap logs to see what happened there. The first thing I see, Edelos 15-4, 15
Damn.
kills and 4 deaths, and he's top fragging by a mile. He's the only one at 2 digits.
Yeah, it's like not even close. Also, Olga was doing a lot there, and that's mainly on Pyro. He went 7 for 3 on Pyro, and
2.4k detonator damage.
Yeah, I just looked at the damage spread. Like the flamethrower did around 500, deflected rockets did around 400, the flog somehow only did 69, and then the detonator had like 2,500. So the detonator is still really good, it turns out. But yeah, he was holding last a lot, and he wasn't really dying when they did those pushes. So yeah, he was just farming people on Pyro, and then on Soldier he was like 1 for 4. On Spy, he was 1-0. Yeah, that works out. But yeah. So he's really good, just not on Soldier, I guess.
Yeah. So these logs, it's typical, like typical log for the type of game that we saw. We see scouts on like fairly even KDs, and we see Soldier on negative KDs from trying to sack and trying to get their team some kind of an advantage.
Yeah, like. Like you'd actually think that the Olga would have like a worse KD in these kind of. It was much more stalematy. Like there were a lot more game stops in this Golden Cap than there was in the regular game, but somehow both Raf and Olga actually did a lot better in terms of KD. And then
for sure.
Yeah, then somehow Idolus just never died and got like a ton of kills. Also, like Shocky going 7 for 2, that's also pretty good. But overall, the damage was just really weak. But let's see the medic stats. That I believe was 1 and 2, and then Kratos adds 2 to that, so that's 3. And then Raptor adds 1, so they get 3 apiece.
Yeah, and that's very diplomatic of them.
Yeah, I guess we will have to find the winner in this drop battle in the next map.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out. And also Olga getting 28% heals. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean we do have 2 more maps, or possible 2 maps, and possibly golden caps as well. So there's a lot of time to get some more drops on the board.
Yeah, I think we can assume that we're going to have a lot of, like, we're going to have 3 maps, and we're also going to have golden caps, because we both have to get up early tomorrow, and that's the safest recipe for long games.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how do you think this map is going to be different from Badlands than what we just saw?
I feel like this map is a little bit more fast-paced. It's more open, or not necessarily more open, but it's a smaller map overall. Like, it's easier to get from one side to the other fast. So I think this actually might favor OMNI5 in some way, or I hope it does. I want to see a close game here.
Yeah, I could definitely see both Olga and Rav having bigger success on this. It's a pretty good soldier map overall. There's like the indoor areas, there's the flank areas, just also you can spam chokes really well. So soldiers tend to do well on Gollywas compared to other maps. Like Scout is obviously like the dominant class, but it's not quite as dominant on Gollywas as on other maps. So just we saw Raf and Olga struggle quite a bit on soldier. So maybe just a change of map, there's some different geography. It's gonna be the thing that really helps them get a much better game going on. And like it's easier to get into a position where you're close enough to do a bomb, but at the same time, we'll also say, like, the Germans, they've seemed pretty good at having like set plays and stuff, and those can be really effective when the distances aren't that big, because like they just execute them so fast. And then if you lose one person and the enemy team is really close, then you can just like continue to be pushed on, and it'll just like snowball so quickly, and it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. I also want to point out that Gollywas is a little bit more sniper friendly than Prolands overall, and yeah, OMNI5, they have Ixi, and they do have Olga. Olga is also a pretty decent sniper.
Oh, I don't think I've seen the Olga sniper.
I've played a bit against it, and I respect the sniping.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how Badlands on last is really good for sniper, and then like second and middle aren't really that great. Whereas on Gollywas, basically the exact opposite, where last isn't all that great, and then second and middle is pretty good. So
I have to object to that. I think you can do some really good sniping on Gollywas last. You might not necessarily be able to get the medic pick, but you can get some good picks going, both from main, and you have Riverside, and if you feel the hero shot, then you can jump up onto the balcony. So
yeah, it feels like it's very reliant on the hero shot on last, basically, right? Because once you're in a position where you can actually shoot, you're in a lot of danger. So you better hit your shots.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's some really good spots where you can get in there, but if you don't hit anything, like you only have like a tiny area, because when you jump onto the balcony, they can just immediately spam you. If you jump into like the little lip in Riverside, they can immediately spam you and you're up against a wall. And like the main is probably the safest one, but it's also the one that's the most difficult to get a proper angle to at least shoot the medic, because he's usually on his own left side. But yeah, you can often shoot like a roamer or a demo man if they're hanging out in Riverside. So yeah, you have a lot of options. And then, of course, you can always, if you're like the cheekiest bastard alive, you can just go through Shutter as sniper. Like,
yeah.
if you make that work, you're god.
Yeah, or you can do what's banned in ETF2L and shoot through the door.
Oh,
yeah. I remember some old kayak clip of it. Anyways, we are going live here on the second map here with OMNI5 versus Wer das liest is doof.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be...
Don't read their name. It'll be stupid. But saying it out loud is fine. So we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching Smear to this middle as it's been spamming here. Gets a nice sticky onto Raptor. And neither teams are going for too much right now, as both soldiers from roamers are going to the drop downs, and Raph is super weak here, and the aggression from OMNI5 is coming in, and they managed to deal with Fishcuff, and he gets Stefan as well.
So here comes a double soldier bomb in, but once Raph gets denied pretty hard, but it's gonna be enough. Smear's on 3 HP, goes down. I think he just killed himself there just because he knew he wasn't gonna be able to get out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first mid win for OMNI5.
Yeah, that was super quick. Some really nice aggression there coming out from OMNI5, just walking over the point there and managing to get the picks. As we do see the Sentry Pyro action coming up here once again here for the Germans, and we do see soldier of
behind,
Olga.
actually.
Oh, the Uber has been forced here into the last point, and some good tickets are being placed on the point. Fracture's going both ways. I have no idea where to look, and it's going to be 1-0 already for OMNI5.
Yeah, the Sendigun, unlike Badlands, the Sendigun doesn't really watch the point here, so they just basically ignored it, and Shocky just picked it up and just jumped into all the sneeze with this the Sendigun on his back. That was pretty funny to see. It didn't work out, unsurprisingly. But yeah, just immediately getting the middle there and then carrying it all the way into last. That's a new thing for OMNI5 in this match. So let's hope for them that they can keep that up. But looks like Demos is under a lot of pressure right now. He gets an arrow, so he's going to be fine once again. But currently, it's going to be... I think OMNI5, once again, they have the momentum here. They're going to try to walk over the point, but a nice pipe there and some good stickies so far from Smear is going to just lock everyone out. But yeah, his team's just too hurt. 2 people down, using both soldiers just too much.
Demos is on the lock and load, actually.
Oh!
Have to point that out, as we do see a soldier busting through the choke here. Smear trying to hold it down, but he gets taken out. Perhaps some miscommunication in the team there to what they wanted to do there, but Kratos has this full Uber here and is in a very aggressive position here. I would be very careful if I was him. It looks like the Germans are fighting this one out. The Uber has one here as well, and it's an Uber trade favoring the OMNI5 squad here slightly, but they're deciding to get out with it.
Yeah, the only thing that really for them with that Uber was the length of it, but their positioning and just play advantages was not in their favor. I feel like Smear was just too far forward right there. Like, he was just so alone. Then when someone jumped through the choke, he was just immediately very, very vulnerable. And yeah, they were not going to miss out on that opportunity. And I think Sui just dove in there. Maybe it was Ixie just dove in there and took him out along with the soldiers. So a bit of either a miscommunication or just a misplay from Smear, just being a bit too aggressive and too keen on getting that sticky trap and choke. Coming back to bite him.
So we do have a pause here. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to refill my glass. My mouth is very dry after that first map, so I'm gonna leave you alone for a few seconds here.
Yes, sure. So I'll just go ahead and plug Fantasy TF2. It's I don't actually know who's number 1 anymore, but I'm hoping it's not Hipfire. I think it's not. It's probably like Cupcake. But you know, make sure you trade your players around and shuffle them up, so you can get all those juicy fantasy points. As you see a short on pause here, which means that someone's rejoining. So that's a good sign. But yeah, just don't be like me and forget about your fantasy team. And I think that's all I can promote for the moment. So I am really bad at actually promoting things and selling out. I'm terrible at that.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say, hamaham? All right. So we have some inside information here to be on Raf camp, and we do have it on pause here. And I'm watching Raf as he is bombing in here onto the big door area, and he's gonna be looking to
he
get
killed
some
that wall.
Yeah, he killed that wall. So you do see him just throwing some spam, and I feel forced here to stay on the Raf cam.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking at anyone else. That's obvious. Like, we know he's gonna hit something crazy. That, like, he's gonna hit an airship that's so big that the person just leaves the server and they have to pause.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's gonna happen, right?
I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here.
Man, we're gonna overhype this so much that once something finally happens, we're just gonna like, oh, that was it.
Yeah, was that it, or is there something else coming?
Yeah, oh, you just like killed the medic and 2 scouts. Like, who cares? Like, I thought it was gonna be like in the but here he comes. He jumps in. Oh my God, medic's into the skybox, but it takes him down. There we go. Was that it?
Yeah, I think that
just
was
drops
it.
the medic. Yeah, he uses the medic drop.
We do see our own spy here actually sitting in the corner. It's gonna be no, it's Stefan actually. That's my bad. It's gonna be unclocking here any second, hopefully. Oh, just sitting there. I assume he timed out. Yep, he timed out. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's why the pause happened.
Yeah, he usually has better movement than that. Slightly better. And Raptor is still on a full Uber advantage right now. And, there were the pauses. Raptor's gonna get forced. And he's going to save Olga as well. Sui's going to come onto the point now. Lots of time onto it. Sui actually gets taken down. I thought he was going to get saved by an Uber, but yeah, they've actually done a really good job of just blocking the point right now, but nice jumping from Raph. Yeah, Raph the hero of this round, that's for sure. Takes down the medic, gets the final cap. All glory to Raph.
Yeah, that's gonna be 2-0 there for OMNI5, and it's such a shame that Stefan tanned out because he was behind the OMNI5 team as a spy. So it's really a shame that he tanned out. He could have turned the tides on that one. But we do see the third middle coming in here. Both demos are arriving at the same time here. Sui is very aggressive on the point there. Stefan and Sui fighting it out a bit. You see a deep bomb coming in from Cliff and Fishcop. Oh, Raptor is so weak, but he stays alive and Fishcop's gonna be taken out. But look at the frags coming up here from the German squad, just following it up. And there is a soldier on the point, but it's gonna be cleaned up by Stefan there.
Yeah, both soldiers barely unable to actually get any kills, but it was just enough for the rest of the team to follow up on it. So great follow-up from the rest of the German team, just moving in there, especially Smear, just getting the work done and hitting those crucial stingies and pipes to finish it all off. But Raptor did get out alive, so it's gonna be an even Uber. Sui's gonna be on sniper here on the defensive end. So you know, let's see what the Germans do. So far, they've seemed to really favor having a soldier distract while the other one jumps in. But there's a little sentry here. Oh, that's gonna get taken down. Alright.
Oh,
so no biggie there.
Clip was standing still in main.
Oh.
He gets sniped. Yeah, Smear gets wrapped with the sticky trap thing. So now it's the Germans' turn to potentially pick up an off-class here.
Yeah, it might be a blessing in disguise to get put to... oh, they're actually just gonna put pressure onto the point. That's gonna be a distraction for Fishcup to get in there. And no, Fishcup will not be able to get it done. But I really like sending in a scout like this into the water because, you know, they have to deal with it. And then while they're dealing with it, you can jump in a soldier from anywhere, basically. So, like, we've seen Ascent do this, or maybe it was Low Panda. Yeah, Low Panda in last season was really, really good at distracting through water. So they would, like, either just cap last through it, or they would just get the medic somehow. And that seems to be the way to break Gollywo's Last. I feel like Gollywo's Last has been kind of more solved than normal, and it's just all about distracting in water. This Clip is standing still in main again. Will it work out for him this time? I guess it did.
Yeah, this time around Sui is not on the sniper class, so he can stand still there for a bit without getting headshot.
Yeah, Sui is on the sniper now. Oh, like they're just switching around so much. Yes.
Is he on spy?
Yo, Smear being in this doorway right now is actually really, really good, right? Because if he's here, they need to put a ton of attention onto him. Oh, and Sui just drops in on him.
There was no support there on Smear in lobby, so Sui taking the opportunity to rush him and gets the pick.
Shocky in water as a fire. Takes down Sui, just wins the 1v1. Flames are still pretty good, it turns out. You just have to hit
for
him.
sure.
Yeah, it's like it's a ramp-up mechanic, right? So you have to like hit more particles now. But they're still pretty easy to hit.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hopefully we see some sniping here from Shocky. No, we're gonna see some scouting. That's unfortunate. I want to see some sniping here from the Germans.
Yeah, definitely. I especially like sniping on this last just because it almost always ends up in a hero shot. So
yeah,
it's a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, it looks like the Germans are just favoring sending in soldiers a lot more, and also it's like they do have quite a lot of time to work with here. You know, they're down 2-0, but yeah, they still have quite a lot of time. Sentry goes down.
Yeah, Olga lets us take a trap and the sentry goes down. This is really good for the Germans to decide to do anything on it. But look at Smear, he's so weak. He's gonna be really careful here. He's walking to take the pack, and we do see Shocky there playing the point a bit, forcing Raph to drop into water to deal with him. And really good dodging coming in from Stefan, but can't really take out Raph there. And Smear, yeah, he's on 1 HP. Just gonna have to fall back there.
Yeah, so far the OMNI5 team, they've been really bad at actually sticking the shutter door, and I'm pretty sure Smear has just been kind of like lightly abusing that, but they could really abuse that by like just sending in a scout through that door at some point, right, and just forcing the medic. So like I feel like that's some good information that they've gained. It's just a matter of do they realize that that's the case? Like Demos is holding in Riverside, and I actually love when the Demos holding in Riverside because he's so easy to abuse. Like you just send people through like the balcony area, and you just like dart around and just shoot him in the back while you're pressuring from the front, and also you can send people in through the shutter door. But I'd be very surprised to see if we didn't see like a scout run through the shutter door at some point now. But it's gonna wait a bit because Shocky is on the side. But there's some spy checking going on from Olga.
Yeah, Demos actually has one sticky on the door.
A whole sticky.
Yeah, one whole sticky. Yeah, we just see Stefan here hiding on the pipe, just seeing what's going on here, just watching. And Fishkoff is in water. Olga is spy checking. He's spy checking his heart out. We do have Fishkoff going on the point. That's a distraction, but Stefan is still sitting on that pipe.
Yeah, and I mean the more they realize that they haven't seen Shocky, the more likely he has to just catch him. But yeah, Shocky has he's found his spot. Like he's like a little bird on his perch.
You know what?
Just waiting.
I think he possibly timed out because we do have another pause here.
Oh. I wonder if he times out, does he like drop his weapon? That'd be pretty funny if there's all of a sudden to see this weapon drop to the ground. Like, oh,
Yeah.
all right. I guess he was a spy after all. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they've like spy checked with the spy in spawn, and now they're just like having a heavy and the pyro just spam everything. I'm almost surprised they don't have an NG just to have a dispenser, so you can just infinite spy check. That's just like a really nice middle finger to give to a spy. Just
Yeah.
have infinite ammo guys just spamming everywhere.
It's making cool flame particles everywhere.
Yeah. Down with your FPS.
Yeah.
So that's one thing Flames has always been good at, and it hasn't changed. Just it will kill your FPS.
Yeah. So how would you like to see the Germans dealing with this last hold coming up from OMNI5? How do they get that force that they want, or how do they break this hold?
Well, I sort of alluded to it before, but I think you know, when there's this much spy checking going on, I think as a spy I would just go onto the point and just literally uncloak onto the point and use that to maybe like force people down there. And then I really feel like the best way to play this last is just pressure Riverside, get like a scout up onto the point. When you're doing that, you can jump in a soldier from like balcony or through the shutter door and through main or even through Riverside. Like also just if you have someone onto the point, like you can jump a soldier onto the point or walk him up onto the point, then you can just jump off the point up onto the medic. So there's a lot of options going on, and you know, at some point they just have to choose between defending the point or their medic or their demo or just something. So,
Yeah.
so that's how I really like to see it, and it's obviously difficult when you're down a soldier and you have a spy, right? So they can't do it right now, but I like the idea earlier of just having a pyro. You just didn't quite support it enough, where Shark just got caught alone in water. But yeah, just sending people into water, just having like 2 people in water can actually be really good, because if you just go onto the point, then you can either cap the point or you can jump from the point up onto the medic, and that can distract for other plays. So it's a little more risk-filled. Like you're gonna lose players doing it, but usually I think the return is worth it. Otherwise, you know, you can just go for the sniper route, where you just rotate the sniper around a whole lot, and then you just wait for him to get the pick. And,
Yeah.
and of course, if you combine the sniper with some coordinated spam, that can be really strong, because like you can make it really uncomfortable for a medic. Like I've played against some teams where I just feel like I'm being spammed into this one corner where they can't quite reach me, but then I'm in a sniper sight line, so
Yeah.
it's just awful situation. And like at that point, it's just a matter of, can the sniper hit me?
Yeah,
And-
pretty much.
And that feels like really bad.
Yeah. Also, Demos has no stickies on point right now, so this could be good for the Germans to abuse.
Yeah, Demos in general has been really like active on defense, so he doesn't tend to sticky things up for very long periods of time. Like the door hasn't been sticky, I've mentioned that, and then like now he doesn't have the point sticky, so it seems to be like there's always an opening. And Demos has also been shown himself to be very willing to just like push out into Smear whenever Smear has been pressuring. So it's a lot of options, and I just want to point out that this is 100% going to be like a really long pause, and then we're gonna see the Germans get 2 more points, and then we're going to go into Golden Cap and into a third map. Like, it's a 100% done deal.
Yep, and it's going to be a 40-minute Golden Cap, and then the last map is going to have a 1.5 hour Golden Cap.
Yes, that just makes sense. Oh yeah. Is there any good way, like, how do you like to defend this last spot? Because there is some, I've seen some things where people like would place their medic on, like, the boxes very close to the window, like to shut a door, basically. Like, we've also seen them put them like on the little med kit. Then you have people really far forward, holding on to the balcony and spam that. Do you like those forward holds, or do you think they're too risky?
I think as a medic, you kind of have to hold. Oh, we actually have the unpause, but you kind of have to hold forward a little bit. Otherwise, you are in trouble if they have a sniper. But yeah, you can hold back until you actually see the sniper. But it's a little bit risky.
Gets bumped into. A smear actually goes down. But yeah, Shocky had to actually move away from his perch because there was a soldier that took his spot.
Yeah, we do have Shocky in water now.
Oh, Rap's gonna go in, and nope, that didn't work out. So that was just a counter sack from out. And Smear, he could go for the quickie bombs, of course. We'll see if he decides to do that.
Nope, no quickies, unfortunately. As Fishko gets taken out here as well. There's a chain feed coming here from the Germans, and Shocky is still on spy. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing here.
Well, he's in water. He might actually have an opportunity right now to actually just go in there and backstab Demos, but no, now Demos is long gone. Oh, Smear is actually going back to spawn, so mate, can he not get in? He cannot get in. Alright. Oh, I don't know. The door was open on my screen, but I guess the door actually closed. So I think he was trying to go for the quickies, but did not quite manage to do it. And there's only, well, I say only, but there's 3.5 minutes, or a little more than that, remaining until the round gets reset. And the Germans do not want to get the round reset. Like, they want the last pushes here. They don't want to go back to mid.
And yeah, the pause 90 seconds ago happened because Sweet timed out. So there you go.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, spy on the point. Yeah. And Steven does get taken down.
Fishcop gets taken out as well. I believe what they were trying to do is send the spy on point and then send a Solly in for the sack, but OMNI5 dealt with it perfectly. So let's see what the Germans try to do this time around to break this super effective hold of OMNI5.
Yeah. Again, we once again see Demos holding in Riverside. I'd kind of like to see a soldier just go onto the balcony and just like wrap around the demo. That's like the oldest trick in the book, basically. It works so often. Yeah. At least if you put some pressure on as well. But oh my God, Clip and Shocky both go down, and yeah, that's gonna definitely slow down the Germans. But this is also a very difficult last point to actually push out of. But it looks like they're gonna try anyway. At least sending a soldier. No. Is gonna be the response there from Raps, just like, nah, my KD is bad enough as it is. I'm just gonna slink back to last. And Shocky's on spy again.
Yeah, so let's see what he will do this time.
Actually, he faked us out.
Scout. Yeah, I think my HUD is still broken. It shows him as spy.
Oh, Raps pretty weak here. Smears onto the balcony. And Demos goes down. Fiskop did exactly what I wanted him to do. He just wrapped around from the balcony, taking down the Demo man. So now they can get through the shutter door. Pretty well, at least. The Pyro just, he needs to die, but he is not dying. There we go. Finally he does. And there's a soldier on the point. Yeah, and now they've forced people down. There's only 2 alive, and this push has finally come in. And there we go. Great job. Man, I should be a coach. That worked perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard for me to follow what happened because my HUD was completely broken, so I couldn't keep any track of what happened. But good stuff coming in there from the Germans, and yeah, with 15 minutes remaining, they're definitely in this match to take this map and close out the series. If yeah, we do see the 4th middle here coming in, and Smear putting some good damage onto some of the scouts there, and Fishcop and Clip gets taken out. So this is not good for the Germans, as they have horrible positioning as well. Kratos is stuck in drop down. Oh no, but no one has seen him. Oh, there we go. Exit found him.
Yeah, just can Shocky be a hero? He usually just doesn't go for hero plays, and looks like he was trying to actually. But yeah, he's gonna have to go all the way back to last. He should be fine. He gets out. Yeah, another win for OMNI5 on the middle. So this is either a much better map for them as far as mid fights go, or they just figured it out or something, or they just warmed up. I'm not sure. I mean,
my god, I'm predicting.
Yeah, like obviously. Like,
that's
they're
what
gonna
it
fail
is.
this last push. Yeah, here we go. We have another move coming in. There's a pirate really far forward, but both scout and demo are focusing. Actually, the demo man's gonna go for the sentry gun. We'll take it down, and the pirate will survive. But
oh, the point play. Oh, Smear and Clip cleaning up the point so well, and everyone going down there from OMNI5.
Demos on the wall.
Demos.
Oh, that's sad for Demos. Clip was like on 1 HP, getting double piped. Like whenever you double pipe a soldier, you feel bad. At least when he doesn't die.
Yeah, such a good team play there from Smear and Clip to just kill everyone who tried to bombard the point there. And the Germans are going to be entering middle here, and it's going to get this point for free here because I don't see anyone hiding behind there.
Oh, I see one, but so do the Germans, and Raff will get taken down. He was trying to be sneaky, going up through the drop down, but he was either spotted or they were just really smart. Like they were definitely just hanging out and joke, just waiting to see if there was going to be a soldier bombing in, and they found him. So
yeah.
Raff again, this is how he gets that poor Katie, he just goes in alone. They just rely on him to just be a hero and get work done, but couldn't quite do it. But Kratos
look
has
at the aggression. Look at the aggression from the Germans, all coming in here with the Uber, gets Ixi, gets Raptor, and yeah, they have no one capping second yet.
Oh yeah, Smear even hits a nice pipe onto Sweet, but they're not going to be able to just transfer.
But it's a solid. Olga is blocking middle or second point for so long, basically saving his team this round.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of respawners coming in here, so maybe the Germans are a bit too eager right now. They might just be better off just waiting for the Uber. Demos, yeah, Clip just jumped in and traded with Ixi. That was weird. Like when you have an advantage, you want to just sit tight.
Yeah, it's definitely weird for him to go in there as. I mean, they have a very big Uber out here. Now they potentially need to go in with one less. I mean, they got the Ixi pick, but Ixi is gonna spawn and be there before Clip is. But they are gonna be taking the Uber here with 2 scouts. And I must think the point must be some kind of focus here, as there's a lot of stickies on point, and Ixi is on heavy, but he's weak. He's getting taken out. And it looks like they're playing the frags right now, and they get some really good cap time here from the scout. And yeah, that's gonna be a round there from the Germans. Really nice execute from the Germans.
Yeah, absolutely, really good with the rest of the players that were not even in Uber. They had really good discipline as well. They didn't go in there immediately. They just waited it out, and then they just all timed the aggression really expertly. And then as soon as they got some time on the point, then they forced the demo down there. The other round was basically over, and they could just take him down. But we are in the middle again. We see a soldier playing underneath. It looks like he's going to go up and drop down. Second soldier jumps in very aggressively. Going to hide the enemy coming. Clip taking him down, and Fizzle coming in from behind, take down Olga. So the soldier aggression for the Germans is just so powerful right now. And it's still going, but it eventually gets taken down.
Demos is stuck in elbow. Is he gonna manage to get out? Oh, we had a scout on him, and yeah, Stefan trades there with Demos. And Ixi is running in here deep to support Raph, who was in, and oh no! Oh. Idlos was so weak, and it looked like Kratos wasn't healing him. And yeah.
Ixi just one shot 2 players in a row there. But yeah, man, I thought the Germans were doing so well, but it was just only the soldiers that were really in, and the rest of the people were just being stunted by the counter aggression. So it was really unfortunate. Like the German soldiers, they were doing the work, but the rest of the team just couldn't follow up. And then eventually they just got too scattered there. And OMNI5 managed to take it out, and now they have a really nice Uber advantage as well, getting Vince going on last. And so far, unlike on Badlands, I think we've seen more successful pushes than bad ones.
Yeah, absolutely. As we do see the Uber coming in here really fast, and the sentry is in a pretty poor position. It's not going to be able to do much. And we have Sweet entering the point here, but Smear in water, sticking that up. But look at the cap time Sweet gets, and everyone walks on point, and look at the destruction. All the rockets and the stickies just being thrown on point. Just the destroying all the German players here.
Someone dropped a nuke on that point. Everything just exploded. Yeah, that's just textbook play. And it was even the Quickie Bomb launcher as well from Demos. So no stickies on that point for sure. So that's going to make it 3-2 in favor of OMNI5. They just lost 2 rounds in a row, so getting this back is really crucial for them. So Demos is being pressured really heavily here by Scout immediately. He's going to actually have to drop down onto his own side. It's kind of out of the fight. And while the Germans take the enemy side here off the point, Rap's still underneath the point, and he actually, just barely doesn't find the medic, but there we go, finds him in the end. And Raptor, can he get out alive? That's sort of what everything rests on right now. Idealis tried to get in aggressively, but a nice pipe from Demos will take him down. So the Germans take midpoint, but they lose their medic, and Raptor is still alive.
Yeah, we do see the OMNI5 squad here trying to move their way through choke to take back this middle point that they lost a couple of seconds earlier. And Fishkov gets taken out from a sticky trap from Demos. I'm not sure if that was a blind or if that was drop down or what that was. But OMNI5 moving here quickly through the big door area, and they have been spotted, but they're going so deep, and they're going to be able to catch up Smirry here, surely. But Smirry is jumping out, and they're only getting a scout for the whole Uber.
Yeah, Ixie is still on the hunt, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much. Never mind, just going to find Clip and just meat shot him all to hell and take him down. So it's actually an Uber that got quite a lot of things done. They got a lot of space, they got 2 kills, but they didn't get the medic. So they didn't quite get what they wanted, but they did still gain a lot. But they're just going to go in here with the man advantage. Put 2 scouts onto the point. Oh my god! You just got bounced off the point. The aggression just pays off there. There was no Uber advantage or anything. It was just pure man and heal advantage. They make it work.
Yeah, all from the play by Raph there on middle. He got the pick onto Kratos, and from there his team could just roll all the way to last. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing our 7th middle here on Gullywash, the 2nd map of this best of 3 series. As we do see Asoli here lurking in the under area for OMNI5, and some really good aggression coming in from Shocky. It takes out Sui in a 1v1 situation, but it's really weak and gotta be careful here. And Smirry actually gets taken out by a spam rocket
from the Germans coming in, doing a lot of damage, but the rest of the team is not there to follow up. They have been crushed themselves. Idolos is underneath here, yeah, gets taken down. Now it's just Shocky alive. He's just gonna run back to last, I think. And yeah, OMNI5, they win another mid here, and they keep their medic alive. So just once again, this is looking so good, and they know there's only a single scout that you have to look out for. And scouts are a lot easier to kind of deny than a soldier.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, scouts can't go into the skybox and hide in weird places. so it's easier to check for a scout, that's for sure.
I mean, you could with the Boston Basher, but then you're going to be very weak when you land up there.
Yeah, that would be a new bomb, you know. I guess if anyone's going to make it work, it would be Shocky, but yeah, like if someone just like double Boston Bashers into the skybox and times it perfectly so he lands on my head and drops me, just fair play, man. Just, you deserve this one.
Yeah. I remember this very old Boston Basher competition where you sent in your Boston Basher jumps, landing on places where you only could go with the Boston Basher. That was a very cool competition.
Yeah, that was was it Cookie that won?
Yeah, I believe it was Cookie. I cannot really remember, but I think it was Cookie.
Yeah. Like he made a really good video. Definitely worth checking it out if his channel is still up. I don't even know if it is, but yeah. Either way, just trust him when we say those really nice jumps in places you could hide, and it looks like they just decided not to push an Uber advantage. Why would you do that? So
I think they're playing the time here. We do see Clip typing in chat 7 question mark.
Oh yeah, so they're just gonna hold on. Alright, that makes sense.
I mean, they have the 4-2 lead, and Ixie is in deep.
Yeah, why? That's not a 7 play.
Yeah, just fed in there to make some room for a potential stack from the German squad, but this is not looking very good for the Germans. 6 minutes remaining on the clock, and Uber has been forced here in lobby. But they do get 3 picks with it actually, and Raptor is still up top, so they could be catching him off here potentially.
They got 4 and Clip's about to come in.
Clip is on it. He gets the force. But yeah, the Germans are gonna have to back out there, and Smirry is stuck in. Actually, no. The Uber runs out, and the Clip and the Fishkov is there to wreak destruction, and they get Raptor at the back of that.
Olga's hiding up on top of the window, and they have no reason to suspect it because they already have a soldier in. There we go. Olga, I was going to mistime it a little bit. That's unfortunate.
Sweet destroyed it for Olga. Sweet ran in through elbow on the medic, so everyone backed off into choke, and then Olga came and everyone was already in choke. Yeah, Olga couldn't manage to get all the way in there.
Yeah, but that was all basically caused by Ixi just running in just like an idiot and dying, and that opened up so much space, and then Raptor just had to slowly bleed players in order to gain the Uber advantage, and then they didn't have enough players to use the Uber, and then they ended up getting rolled all the way back to their own last. So just playing it slow there, just really coming back to bite them in the ass. They did not play that very well, but here they go. They're going to come in and Uber hit with the Germans, take down the heavy right away, take down the sentry gun. The Pirates are looking very weak as well, but it looks like Olga will survive. But now Scouts are on the point. Demo's going to have to detonate his stickies. He's going to try to reapply them, but here comes a soldier in his face, and the Scout actually on the point as well. And there we go. The Germans will capture this 3-4. So not. Let's just all blame that on Ixi for just running in there. Like, that really snowballed out of control, and that's why it's so difficult to do what 7 is doing, because if someone just overextends, then everything can just go completely out of control.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, as we do have our 8th middle here on Gullywash, as it looks like the Germans are going to be taking the right side here. And yeah, we do see a deep double solid bomb onto the left side here though. So the Germans are stuck here on the ground as for now. They do get the pick onto Olga, but they lose Cliff in return, and they have no positioning. But they have some aggressive players here, making some magic here. And the Fishcop chases Raptor into enemy second, and they gets the pick. That'll be a mid-win here for the Germans.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of keeping that medic alive. Looks like Smear's going to get pressured, but no. He will survive as well. Idlos with another 3k on another mid. And that's going to be a really nice mid-win for them. So we're closing in on that golden cap that we all know is going to happen. And there's no real sneaky sticky shots from Demos. He's just going to be holding in water. Put some stickies on the point, and then the Germans will cap second for free. And then they're going to have an Uber advantage push onto last. And I think we have had a lot more successful pushes than that ones.
Yeah, on the Uber advantage pushes, I think most of them have been successful. So let's see what the Germans do here with their push. They cannot wait too long because Raptor is already on 60%. As they're just waiting around a bit here in lobby, and Fishkov gets the sentry. That's really good, and the Uber has been popped there in with both scouts, getting some focus onto that pyro, gets the pyro. And now let's see what they do here after this, as they take the right side and get some really good spam. And Ixi is so deep, he might be taken out, and they get Demos on the point.
Taken down. Demos is down. Germans on the point, and they're going to get it. 2 minutes remaining. We're so going to go cap, aren't we? Like, obviously.
Such a clutch comeback from the Germans. With just a few minutes, I think it was 6 minutes when there was 4-2, and within just 4 minutes they got 2 rounds. At the back of that death from Ixi in the lobby area.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably being too harsh when I just blame it all on him, but yeah, it was a really nice push out. Like, they realized what kind of situation they were in, and they just pushed out, so that was really good. Looks like OMNI5 was going to push out onto the enemy side here. Cliff tried to bomb in there. He does a lot of damage, but he does get taken down. So, but currently, the positioning is definitely favoring OMNI5. You can see the Germans all just bottle up in big door, and like, they're trying to change that, but I don't think it's going to work out a whole lot. Fishkop jumps in there, but Raptor gets taken down. Yeah, Shocky
was in.
Wow, I didn't even see what Shocky got it from. He was just like long range spam. But yeah, they got the best out of that for sure. It's about 1 minute remaining. The Germans lost middle, but they got the medic pick out of it. So now they just need to wait for spawners and then make a push all the way into last. They don't have a whole lot of time to work with, so they need to be pretty fast.
Olga's hiding in the elbow here, and he's just walking in a little bit too early. I think he walked on the spam that they got to smear, but Olga's so weak here. And they get the pick onto Speed on the flank, and Raph is going down as well, but Smear gets taken out by some pipes from Demos. But they get to keep that Uber that they have.
Oh, and Fiskop's going down as well. That's really annoying. That's going to slow down the Germans. It's very difficult to fight a team and capture out a point while being a lot of players down. But, you know, the Germans, they don't really have a choice. They need to move forward here.
Well, look at this. This is so pretty from the Germans. Capturing... oh, Raptor! Raptor surfs out somehow with just 1 HP. Oh, he gets taken out from the chase. But yeah, they saw the OMNI5 squad aggressing their choke, and they just went instantly on the flank to catch out the OMNI5 team, and they got the medic pick there. And with only 10 seconds remaining, let's see what the Germans do as Spirit just walks in and he gets taken out.
Yes, Stefan has 5 seconds to win everything. It looks like he's not going to be able to. So we knew this. We knew this was happening, and we all know OMNI5 is going to win this as well. So we go into a third map. If the Germans win this, they will be winning the lower bracket semifinals and move on to face Ascent in the lower bracket finals. Then the winner of that match will, of course, face 7 in the grand finals. But we're getting ahead of ourselves already because, man, we all know what's going to happen here. OMNI5 is just so easily going to take this.
To be fair though, this map has been a lot quicker than Badlands was, so I'm expecting the golden cap to be a lot shorter than it was previously. I'm not expecting a 30-minute golden cap here.
Yeah, it's both teams have been really good at actually pushing, so if one team gains a major advantage, they're pretty likely to actually just win the map outright. So Badlands had a lot of failed pushes on last. And I almost feel like the main reason why the Germans didn't just win Badlands was just because they kept messing up pushes on last over and over. But I mean, OMNI5 also did catch up a bit on that front later on. But yeah, it's a 4-4 game, so we had 9 middles played on this map, and we had like the people just going from their own last to the enemy last so many times. And yeah, and actually, I'm gonna look at the logs. I want to see how many mids each team won.
Yeah, let's have a look at the logs.
Looks like OMNI5 actually won 6 middles out of 9. So that's a really good stat. Twice the amount of the Germans.
Yeah, it's a good showing from OMNI5.
Yeah, it is also worth noting though that they won most of them in the early game. They won 2, then the Germans won 1, then they won 2 again, then the Germans won 1, and then they alternated. So it's becoming less regular. So basically we can't predict anything. Although if it follows the pattern, the Germans are about to win a mid. But yeah, that's probably the least scientific thing you will ever hear me say.
Yeah, so looking at these logs, Smear going very, very big. I don't know if you're going to analyze them yet, but I couldn't help myself to take a sneak peek. Demo's also doing very well, of course.
Yeah, look at the demos, like the 2 demos compared to everyone else in terms of damage. It's just pretty crazy. They both have about 9,000, then there's like a drop down to 6,000 on the next one. So chokes were spammed and last points are spammed and
ticket traps were made.
yeah. But you also have to hit some pipes in order to get this kind of damage.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then, you know, I was talking about whether or not Olga and Raf could up their game, and turns out that the answer is yes. Yes, they could. They had pretty low damage, but like the KD is pretty good, and everyone seems to. Oh, right. The damage is lower because of the pauses.
Oh yeah, that's of course, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, there's like a 5-minute. Yeah, there was 5 minutes of pauses, so. It's a 35-minute game and not a 31, so the damage is a bit lower on everyone. I mean, only makes it all the more impressive that it's like 270.
Yeah.
Demos.
Yeah, so it looks like we're getting ready for the golden cap here. Settings are being configured. What's your prediction for this golden cap?
My prediction is that OMNI5 are gonna win. They're gonna lose middle, hold last, and roll all the way back and take the round. So we go to a third map, and they probably take their time doing it. You know, because I believe in cosmic karma and the world just not wanting me to sleep. What's your prediction?
Yeah, my prediction is actually the same, because I thought to myself like a few hours ago, I was like, damn, yeah, tonight I'm gonna go to sleep early, and yeah, OMNI5 are gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
Yep, indeed, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, OMNI5, they're fighting for the tournament lies in this ETF2L Season 29. They've had a really good season, but if they do not win this Golden Cap, they are out. The season is over, and it will be the Germans that move on. If they win this, however, they will take it to a third map, and me and Alba will whine forever. So, we are on middle now. It's a 10th middle, and the Germans, they're really taking their time here. Now they're going to jump in clip, and Raptor's in their own elbow, but it looks like...
Raptor's in!
Oh, Rap. Doing it, but Fiskop jumps in again and takes down Raptor in revenge. So, looks like OMNI5 has taken this middle, but at a huge cost. But they might even be able to take second here as well. So, our prediction is already kind of wrong, but, you know, I think we're just going to have a stalemate on last. Oh, joy!
Yeah, maybe. As we do see the second point being captured by OMNI5. And some deep aggression there coming in from Smear onto the point, but he's completely alone. His team is not supporting him there. Maybe a miscommunication there. So this is not good for the Germans, as Shocky is chasing Rap in the lobby. Yeah, Germans gonna have to pull back here.
Yeah, and OMNI5, they could just push all the way in here. There's no stickies on the shutter, so Swee's just in here for free, basically. He got a lot
look at the point.
Time on the point. Time on the point. Everyone's just bombing down there. Oh my god, we're going to a third map.
That was a really nice push from OMNI5, just going really quickly there, and they saw that Smear went in, or just came up from the respawn wave, and they just put stickies on the point and just put people on the point, and yeah, there was nothing the Germans could do about that. They tried to block it, but they just kept dying to all the rockets and stickies on the point.
Yeah, it's the oldest trick in the book, and yeah, it was at least a mercifully short Golden Cap. That was 1.5 minutes. See, that's something that's worth working with. And let's see, it looks like it was just... Nah, let's not go through the Golden Cap logs. They're pretty dumb. I'll just give you the highlights. Ixie went 3 for 0. Shocky went 3 for 2. Top damage was also Ixie, who had 800 damage per minute almost. You know, no, 500 damage per minute. Okay. But he didn't even have 800 damage, but he had 500 damage per minute. So that's how short this was.
Yeah. So with the regular logs that we saw earlier, I want to point out the Aidlos going big with 20 kills and 8 deaths in the regular match time.
Yeah, that's almost the same stats that you had on Badlands, isn't it? So maybe it's just his level of play. That's just how good he is. Yeah,
doing really well here, stepping up for his team, and unfortunately it wasn't enough in the Golden Cap. The Golden Cap being super duper quick. So we're going into the third map and into process.
Yeah, the Germans' decision to just contest second like that, or re-push out. I don't know if they just didn't want to play. No, that makes no sense because now they have to play a third. So that theory is shot down.
I think maybe they didn't want to get stuck on last. I think that's maybe what it was. And they felt like the numbers were even, the Ubers were fairly even. But unluckily, Smear was a bit separated from his team and didn't get the support. So OMNI5 took the chance and just bombed him and sent Draft behind as well. So very, very nice execute from OMNI5.
Indeed. You know, I'd say I called it that OMNI5 were good in the Golden Caps, but you know they did lose the first one, so maybe I would speak too early. And now we are on process. This is probably the most popular map in competitive TF2 at the moment, and it all comes down to this. And this is the map where you can do like crazy rollouts. There's some pretty tight chokes, but then there's also a lot of open areas, so it has a lot of variation. And like I hate this map as a soldier, but like some people are actually really good at it, so it's just me that's bad on it. But yeah, how do you think things are going to play out? Do you think OMNI5 are just going to ride the momentum now, or do you think it's going to be another nail biter?
I think it's definitely going to be a nail biter. I think both teams are confident and comfortable on this map, since it's being played so much. It's definitely going to be close.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. And like both of these demos are actually really solid in their rollouts. I think Smear really likes the mid-air detonate sticky kind of rollout where he where you detonate the sticky in midair, like over the ramp, and then you go to the med kit, and then you can be really aggressive. And I think Demos actually is really fast as well, as far as I remember. Like Demos is surprisingly underrated. Like I don't see anyone ever mentioning how solid Demos is on rollouts, but I can't remember him failing rollouts this entire season. So he's very, very, very solid.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, this is worth mentioning that this is the map where Shocky was just crapping all over 7 last time. So, even though his team lost against 7, this was the map that Shocky seemed to really to thrive on, and he hasn't really been all that great so far. So if he's ever going to be like start really to shine, then maybe this is the map where that's going to happen. And it is a pretty good map for scouts overall. Like the middle is really good for scout, and then second, yeah, it's pretty open, and then last is also pretty open as well. It's just like as long as you can get through those chokes, scouts can really start doing work. So it's just a matter of can you actually deny them there and stop them from getting behind.
If you don't shut down the height advantages, then the scouts will just eat you alive pretty much.
Yeah, and Idolus has definitely been an absolute force these last 2 maps. So if things are to go as continue as they have, then I'd probably give a slight edge to the Germans, just because Idolus has been so good, and having a really good scout on process seems to be like a really key factor as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I must say though, Ixie in the first map did really, really well. So
that's true.
Ixie can definitely step up, and I feel like this is one of the maps where I feel Sniper is the most useful. And yeah, we haven't seen Ixie pick up the rifle yet. Maybe he will do it on this map, and that's something that could really put some holes in the defense of where liest is doof.
Yeah, I feel like we've also seen Sui play Sniper quite a bit on this map as well. Like Sui doesn't play all that much Sniper, but I feel like on process, at least I've seen him play it before. But you could also just do what your team does quite a lot, where you just like play around you on Sniper forever. Also, we've seen like Crayon has been played around really effectively. So just basically just this whole thing where you just play around a Sniper and just slow down the game and make sure he's always protected. Like that can be really annoying to deal with, and just if the Sniper's actually having a good game, and it's just incredibly oppressive for the enemy team.
I think it's one of those playstyles. It's very fun for the Sniper playing it, but it's not so much fun for the rest of the people just watching a door, making sure no one bombs in.
Yeah, it really tests your discipline.
Yeah, sure.
You want to go around and do fun stuff, but really, it's just like at some point within the next 5 minutes, there's going to be a Sniper that's going to open this door for 2 seconds, and if you're not there to stop him, he's just going to have a chance at killing your medic. So it's just really a matter of being very, very diligent and just focused and never losing focus, because some people are just better at staying focused, than others. And like if you lose focus against a Sniper, it can just be really, really bad. Yeah, we've all seen, like, I think Quick is the most notorious for losing focus ever, right? Like, stuck in just walking through the choke on Gollywash, and Quick just not paying attention because he's just lost focus. Yeah, but we've all seen less extreme cases of that.
Yeah, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm just really hyped to get into this match and see how it turns out.
Oh my god, they're pausing the game just to confuse us. That's so rude. I was going to say, there was a small pause here in the early game, in the pregame, so I just assumed they had already started and had some issues. But I guess not.
Yeah, I think even players are confused there, asking why the pause happened and everything. But it looks like X is having some internet issues right now. So they're waiting for that to be fixed before we can start this map.
Yeah, hopefully they don't have to get a merc for their merc. That would be really unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't even know if there's rules about that. I guess not. No, you can have as many mercs as you want, right? As long as it's like the same player being switched out. Are they doing it again where they're just pausing just to confuse us? I bet they are. We'll find out in 1.5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Yeah, it looks like someone must have crashed because there was a unpause happening. So someone must have crashed after like the first middle or something. So I'm expecting
Unless they're just juking us.
it could be that too.
Yeah. Like they're just spamming Benny binds at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be like 1 a.m. before we're done here. Oh,
At
man.
least.
Yeah. Please. My body, it needs sleep. Oh, they said they're getting Moogle. They're getting Moogle. So, you know, you said it was a joke. No,
yeah,
no.
Actually, it's OMNI5 saying that they're getting Moogle.
Oh. That would be the ultimate betrayal.
Yeah. Not sure if it would be a great idea to have a player from the other team working for you.
Yeah, just intentionally throwing.
Yeah.
Be the ultimate double agent. Just throwing on purpose. Just like, oh, I bombed in on the medic in this really dumb situation, and then I, of course, missed him. My bad, guys. My bad. It happens.
I see Kratos typing in chat that OMNI5 needs another merc.
So who do you get here, right? Like you just get in Tiger or something, right? Like just get some sort of carry merc.
I'm not sure the Germans would allow Tiger.
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, we do see Ixie on a very high ping here, so I assume that they're looking to get a new merc for him.
Yeah. Like, yeah, this actually makes sense. Like, if you're trying to make everything as long as possible, you need one guy to get computer issues on the third map. That just makes sense.
Maybe it's time for me to step in and make sure we end this map without a golden cap, you know?
Yeah. Can you cast and play at the same time?
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, and, there were some pauses, and so they were just messing with us. Wonderful. And
excellent.
Ixie is back on 150 ping. It could just be the join ping, but it looks pretty solid at 140. But you never know. You know, like when you join a server, it can sometimes just be like on 200, and then it just slowly like falls in the console, or when you press tab.
It doesn't look like it's falling though. It went back up to 130,
oh,
140.
Oh, he has the worst part. Is where you have fluctuating.
Yeah.
So some great, and then other times like, nah, just randomly not. That's just the worst because you can't do anything about it. It's like the most frustrating thing ever when you have an unreliable ping. Like I've had this before where like it just fluctuates so quickly it doesn't even show up in console because you can just like sometimes 140 and then other times it's like 30, and it just fluctuates really quickly, so it almost has no effect when you press tab. So people are like, what are you complaining about? I was like, you don't understand. I just did like a triple jump in, everything worked fine, and then when I had to shoot the medic, it just took like 5 seconds before the rocket came out, okay? It's just
And the worst part as well is when your ping is always fine, but you get like lots of loss or choke.
Oh, yeah.
Those are almost worse.
Yeah. It's very weird to explain what it's like to play with like 20 loss. It's just like nothing shows up basically all the time.
Yeah. So Ixie timed out. I think he's restarting his internet. It's my best guess.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we should talk about some weird predictions here, right? So we've talked about everything that's worth talking about. So let's talk about things that's not worth talking about. So I want to hear your predictions. How many drops are each medic gonna have on this map?
Okay. So I am saying it's gonna be. Okay, so it's gonna be 3 drops for Raptor in regular time and 1 drop for Kratos in regular time. But then in the golden cap, it's gonna be 1 drop for Raptor and 3 for Kratos.
Wow.
Wait.
3 drops in a golden cap. That's a rough golden cap right there.
Yeah.
I think Raptor's gonna have 1 drop in regular. No, he's gonna have 2 in regular time, and then Kratos gonna have. No, you said 1, so I'm gonna just say 2 apiece. 2 apiece. Just like put it high. I don't think they had very many drops in this last match. Did they even have any? I don't think they did.
No, I think they.
Kratos had 1. Oh, and Raptor had 1. Okay.
I think it's gonna ramp up here. Players are getting tired. Players lose focus.
It's gonna literally trip.
Gonna be. So what do you think the score of this map will be? I mean, it's definitely gonna be even, so there's a golden cap. But what do you think the score is gonna be?
The score is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a lot lower than on Gollywash. I think it's gonna be like 3-3. No, that's not a lot lower. 2-2 or 1-1. No, 2-2. That's what's gonna be.
I'm going for something ridiculous just because it's fun if it happens. I'm saying 6-6.
6-6. Man, you are a prophet if that happens. It'll be pretty sweet.
TF2 Prophet. You can follow me at TF2 Prophet on Twitter.
Yeah, might as well, you know, take the chance. Yeah. That reminds me, subscribe to my Twitter feed. I never use it. So, you know, if you want to follow someone that's not going to annoy you with a lot of annoying posts all the time, I'm your guy to follow on Twitter.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Smash that like button.
Hit that bell for notifications.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm so bad at selling out. I need to work on this. Nobody's going to want to sponsor me when I'm this bad at it.
I've been practicing with Deox. So it looks like we're actually starting in 90 seconds.
I don't believe you.
Oh, we're starting now, actually.
Oh my god, we're going. Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually happening. This is the final third map in this absolutely epic series between OMNI5 and Wer das liest ist doof, the Germans. Unprocessed. Loser goes home. But, you know, we have a golden cap to go through first, obviously. Smears and Demo are both pretty fast. And looks like all soldiers have failed their fast rollout, so they're just going to be pretty chill. Everyone's just standing back. Fiskov's going to be in a pretty good position here to go in, but he gets completely denied by Demos. Just absolutely balls. And here comes the Put Bomb, wraps in very aggressively. But Olga was debuffed, but yeah, the Germans will be pushed out here. They're going to be in choke, but they kept their medic alive, they kept the Demo alive, and they have a scout. So it's a pretty good, solid combo to just hold second here.
Yeah, it looked really grim for a while for the Germans, but they managed to get out alive with the medic and Demo and the scout. So Uber's even here in a little bit of a mid to second stalemate here, as we're gonna see how the OMNI5 squad are planning to beat it, as we have a Solid flying in deep. Oh my god! It's an insane airshot. Olga just destroys Kratos.
Oh my god! Welcome to the game. That was the first drop already, by the way. And what a beat that was. Just Olga destroying Kratos with the sickest airshot you've seen all play out. Here comes another soldier in clip. Finds the head of Sui.
Raptor actually has the force there, yeah. He was gonna die from fall damage otherwise. Would have been funny if we saw an airshot there as well. Oh man. Yeah. Such a good shot from Olga. We do see the aggression here coming in from the Germans, but they lose Smiri and Aerolos, so not paying off for them. They're gonna be pulling
on the
back.
hunt though. He's trying to get Fiskov, but Fiskov gets arrowed. Sui is all the way in, however. I don't think he has a whole lot of support from the rest of his team. I'm wrong. They are in for this. Sui still gets taken out. They're on the point, but the Clip's gonna just deny that, as we have a bit of a stutter here on the. Oh my god! Another huge air shot coming out, but. Man, I am lagging so much right now, and Raptor gets taken down by Idols.
Yeah, really nice flank from Aerolos there to get Raptor, and yeah, there's only 2 up with 2 respawnings here from OMNI5, so the point's it's surely gonna go to the Germans here.
Yeah, Olga is just going absolutely nuts right now, and somehow his team hasn't won a round yet. And there we go, Sui on Sniper. He's still in spawn, I believe. Yeah, there we go.
They do have a pause.
Yeah, or the server's dying. I see the warning connection problem. I'll disconnect in next seconds. Uh-oh. I mean, this is the one thing we need right now, is like a DDoS or a server just melting down. Maybe they forgot to extend the server because it took so long. That would be a classic.
That would be grim if that was the case.
Yeah, well, I've lost connection to server, so...
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna try to figure out what's happening here. I'm gonna keep an eye here on... Okay, let's see... Yeah, it looks like the server died. Kratos typing in chat here. Yeah, that's green.
Yeah. I mean, at least it was a pretty even situation. I think it was even Ubers. And oh, is it going?
I see players moving on the stream actually, but I can't get in, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah, what? Can we get some of the hamaham magic, please? I don't know, I'm just retrying. Yeah, I can't get in at all. Can we make like a relay or something? And maybe get on that? Yeah, thank God we have an observer in there. Looks like...
It looks like it paused again or something. Or lagged. Alright, so we have... Let's see what's happening. Trying to retry just to get into the server here to catch the action of the last map being processed. OMNI5 versus liest doof. It's the lower bracket semifinals.
So we're actually tired. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh well. It was like 3 minutes played, right? And it was pretty even. So I'm not sure. I think probably we're gonna be fine, but
yeah, I'm happy we got to catch the air shot at least.
yeah, that was nuts. And then he actually also hit like another big air shot on the last push as well. So
yeah.
just Olga, just big anti-aircraft cannon.
Yeah.
He was shooting medics though. That's not cool.
Still trying to get in here, but it looks like it's completely dead. The server as of now.
Yeah, so I guess it's time for more bad predictions that have no.
Okay, how many backstabs will we see on this map?
I'm gonna see one, exactly one, and it's gonna be on like a scout or something.
Okay, I say 2 backstabs, 1 on a soldier and 1 on a medic.
All right, and how many times do you think a medic is gonna crater to death?
Once.
A whole time. All right.
Yes, one whole time.
Like, I think it's just gonna happen twice because why not?
Okay, so how many sniper headshots will we see this game?
Ooh, that's a good one because we can actually check in the logs, right? Like we're talking just headshot, not kills, right?
Headshots.
Headshots. All right.
So amount of headshots on log.
So I think Swee's gonna get like 7 of them, and then like these teams haven't used sniper that much, so I think we're gonna have like 12 headshots all in all.
Okay, I say 3.
3.
I'm going low. Yeah, I don't think I think these teams will play fairly quick. I might be completely wrong, and it might be like 30 headshots in total, but we'll see. We'll see.
They're gonna play perma sniper and only go for body shots.
Actually, I'll just go for the crazy predictions, just like the 6 score line. I'm saying it's gonna be 27 headshots in total.
27. Yeah, it's gonna be all sweet. He's just gonna go completely nuts.
Yeah. It's gonna be the smear off class 27 headshots.
Yeah, you know it's gonna happen. Like, do you remember on all the way back when they played Yukon in ESEA, where they had like it had this terrible middle, so they just like switch off of demo, and then you'd have like double sniper the mid, and then they'd run like a heavy as well. Just like hide the heavy in the low ground, and then just like wait for people to jump into the sniper and just eat them with the heavy.
TF2 at its best.
Yeah, that was in like ESEA season 6 or something. That was a long time ago.
So when do we start playing Yukon again?
Ooh. I mean, so many things have changed. You know, you never know. Maybe it's good again. I mean, it's not, but it could be.
I mean, there's a lot of old maps that haven't been tried in ages.
Yeah.
Like again.
Like you never know. Maybe Fastlane is just the greatest modern map.
Yeah, maybe Obscure. Who knows?
Oh yeah, like the non-byte version. I quite liked Obscure back in the day.
Yeah.
Like before they made Last Uncapable, and then
maybe Warm Front. Who knows? Who knows?
No, it's actually oh, I can't even remember what it's called now. It was like the map that was a mix between Granary and Badlands. It was so good.
Grandlands?
Oh, that was not what it was called.
That was just a guess. Freight, you say? Alright, so we have a shout out from hamaham here to CP Freight, or Freight.
Oh, it was CP Follower I was thinking about.
Okay, so CP Freight,
Follower.
the map with the trains. The first season of TF2 I played CP Freight or Freight, and yeah, I remember one of my teammates just threw the map because he like jumped up on the train and refused to leave. We still won though. But,
do we have the right connect?
I see 6 players on both teams on the server.
Oh, I don't. What the fuck?
I think that you have the latest one that hamaham linked the mumble there.
I thought I did. I guess not. Oh yeah, okay. I guess I just didn't copy it. But yeah. Yeah, Raptor asked me if we were ready. I was like, start, please. just get going. I told him to wait for another hour. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
We need to get some more dumb predictions in there. It's like
okay, so total number of air shots. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. Total number of air shots. I'm gonna go with 27.
All right, I'll go with 21.
All right, we're both pretty high up on it here, I guess. Yeah.
It's,
I mean, Olga's in the game. He's gonna hit that on his own, isn't he?
Yeah, actually, Olga is on the game. I say 37.
37, all right. Well, what are the other players gonna hit then?
Olga hits 36 and Smear hits 1.
Oh yeah, that's fair. We are okay, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. I think they've just restarted completely. So the Olga massive medic drop never happened. So we're just gonna go to another mid fight. And,
oh no!
Demos is in very fast. He gets kind of jumped by Fiskov. Fiskov is behind lines, and this is always an annoying thing to deal with him. He's just gonna be spamming it there so people can't walk across very easily. And Ix is gonna actually go and deal with him and take him down. Here comes the second soldier jumping in very aggressively. He actually takes down Demos to help the Smear. But that is 2 soldiers down for the Germans. And Kratos is standing very still. I thought you had just dropped it for a moment. But, no, the Germans
overextends a little bit, and it's gonna be taken out there. And now it's just smearing Kratos alive. And look at Kratos' HP; is so low.
And here comes the second scout.
Oh yeah, no. Kratos is doomed there. There's no way he gets out there, and Smear gets taken out as well, and as well as Fishkov.
Yeah, just a bonus one, and Raptor crucially survived all of that, so he's gonna have a full Uber advantage. And they even get a little bit of time here to just capture second. Kratos is still down. They could actually push right now, and there would be no heals. I don't know if that's worth it, or they could just wait for respawners and get more people, get better heals themselves. It looks like they're gonna opt to just get some respawners in there. That makes sense. Shockey's on sniper, so they need to dodge that. But no, they're just gonna win here.
Demos is flying in there with the stickies, and Smear has a lot of stickies on point. That's gonna delay the point play here from OMNI5. No soldiers shot those stickies away, and this must be favoring the Germans here as Fishkov takes out Olga, and the OMNI5 squad desperately trying to make some point play happening. They're in such a bad positioning, and we do see Raf flying in, getting completely demolished by the heavy, but Kratos still goes down.
Yeah, that's really huge, and that's gonna enable him to just reset here. I really do hate how no soldier just shot the stickies off the point, because it's very easy on bots to just like bounce them around.
Yeah, just one rocket in the middle of the point, and all the stickies are gone.
Yeah, and instead we saw just scouts dance around that point, not really being able to put time on it, and no one else was really contesting it. So that was a bit of a misplay there from OMNI5, but you know, they're not gonna getting punished here. We see a spy actually from Shockey. He's out there, and he's getting ready to maybe get in here and see if we can get Raptor before he Ubers, but that is too late already, as Uber has come in now.
He gets the scout though.
Oh yeah, okay. That's, that was one back. That was something. That was my prediction, right? So now no more backstab need to happen in this game, and I'm a genius. That's so Raptor on the point. What? Raptor jumped onto the point and captured it all. But anyway, I'm a genius. I think that's what the main point here.
Yeah, so 1-0 here to OMNI5, and yeah, after just 3 minutes, that's less than we played before the server issues happened. So we do see both demos fairly quickly on middle, demos being a little bit quicker there, and both teams just hang around here chilling a little bit. Olga flying in, trying to steal that pack, but there was none to be found since Mary already took it. And deep double solid bomb there coming in from Kratos, Clip and Fishcop. And now Olga flies in as well, and it's just a car crash here from the Germans as the counter aggression comes in from OMNI5.
Jumps in, try to get the medic. No, Kurt cannot do it. And I think we're about to see a double scout chase in here. Just a matter of can Kratos get out. It looks like he will have the protection of a scout and a soldier, but there's no way they can contest second. They will, however, get Uber for last. So, you know, hopefully he can slow it down with a second. Soldier in.
Oh my god. So close.
He almost cratered there to death. A crater prediction would have been amazing.
Yeah. Oh man. Kratos holding his nerves cold there and not popping that Uber, and oh, that was a sticky trap. It actually takes out Fishcop. Oh my
nice.
god, Demos just destroying both soldiers, and they're gonna be looking to push in now on this.
It was really funny too. Sui was sitting at resupply, and then like the whole demos thing happened. And I think Sui was just like trying to go sniper, but then he was just like, nah, okay, let's just go in here. But now Demos actually gets taken down by Smear, gets out DM, but they do get the Uber Force out as Kratos gets pretty hurt, but the Raptor's all the way in his own choke right now. So he's doing really well. So that was a great Uber Force, and it all came out from that, all happened due to that initial Demos play. And now the Germans are just pushing out here very aggressively. This could end badly for them if they're not careful.
Yeah, they're playing the man advantage here, and they're trying to get that force, and they get the force onto Raptor, and it looks like only Stefan is going down for the force. Maybe Clip gets caught up. No, he will actually survive, so really good Uber Force there from the Germans as well. Save them.
But now the main advantage is the other way around. OMNI5 actually have it, and they might just go in here. Raptors in very aggressively onto Spear, but he gets taken down, and I don't know if he didn't get the memo that everyone else was getting out, or he just decided to maybe go for the demo pick. But no, Smear was fully buffed. Idolus is out very aggressively right now. Just playing around these stairs. And it looks like they will actually manage to push their way forward onto the point already. So this is actually a really nice push out from the Germans. Just staying strong and just dancing around, abusing the angles, not getting spammed out. And now they have an Uber advantage on the middle.
Yeah, it looks like they're definitely knowing that they still have that Uber ad, and that they could at least get the mid for free, if not get the medic, and that's what they're gonna do, just grind that cap out slowly, and OMNI5 are forced to back out here, so really good job from the Germans, taking 2 points for free here just because of the Uber advantage, and not really losing anyone either.
Yeah. Yeah, just going into mid there with like that small an advantage, it's very, very difficult. And not only did they not use the Uber, but they also just got second for free without like losing anyone at all. Because if you just stand around for like 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, something like that, like the enemy is just going to get Uber and you can't push in. So it's really good initiative in there. Raptor actually gets spammed a little bit here by Smear, which means that if a soldier does decide to bomb in, they could actually force him a lot easier. Oh my god, Shock just runs in and takes down Raptor. He gets traded on.
Yeah, Smear looking to spam some stickies there onto the scout who was dancing around there and choke, but not getting any damage. I believe it was Ixie dancing around there, so maybe an off-class coming up here on Raph. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, we see Fishcop jumping in very immediately. Oh, he just wasted all his rockets. He's not going to get anything here. Oh, actually, it's a pretty nice rocket there at the very end of that one. That was too late. He missed 2 rockets in a row after spending 2 rockets to jump, and that's not going to result in a medic pick, that's for sure. But we don't see any counter sack coming in here, so that's a nice little piece of information to know that they're not going to be immediately sending in a counter sack. And we have Sui on sniper. He needs to hit a lot of headshots, right? No, you need him to hit 3. I need him to hit like 17 or something. No pressure.
I think I said 27 as well.
Oh right, yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, but we do see him peeking around there, trying to find anything to go on. Shocky actually gets the pick onto Raph. So yeah, they gotta be careful here on the OMNI5 squad for the counter aggression here from Vedas Liest's doof, and Shocky is behind.
Yeah, this is so annoying. Like you don't want Shocky to be behind lines, and actually a soldier trying to jump in here. The Clip gets taken down by Demos. But Demos is on 5 HP himself, but Sharky has been dealt with behind lines, and as long as they keep Olga and Demos alive, there's actually a 2-man advantage, and yeah, Raph just gonna do the rollout, and now he's way behind lines, and there we go. Uber's happy for that from Kratos, slightly earlier from him, and Raph is still behind lines, and now the slightly better Uber's gonna come in here as well, and Raph, I think he might just be able to block off any exit from the Germans. Yeah, here we go. Look at that, Raph just getting behind Kratos. I don't even think they knew about Raph, but he played that perfectly. He even takes down Clip as well. So just a really great push so far coming out from OMNI5.
Yeah, Smear trying to salvage that and trying to get some pipes onto Raptor, but he gets taken out, and yeah, this is gonna be an Uber advantage lash pushing coming in here shortly for the OMNI5 squad, I would assume. It's not, yeah, I expect Vedasis doof will go for some kind of sack here. Actually looks like everyone of them will stay alive and set up on last. So let's see what OMNI5 does here shortly to break the hold of the Germans.
Yeah, they're gonna have to push in here pretty early with an Uber advantage, but they also have a sniper, so that can be kind of awkward because the sniper's not the best at just running in there. But he actually has contributed there with a nice, but I assume was a body shot. And oh, he didn't get the medic. And he didn't hit the headshot onto the... Come on, man. You need to get 27. Oh, sweet beefing. But now the Demo is on the point, and Ixie's onto the heavy, just trying to pistol him down, but he will not be able to get him. And that's got a complete wipe. Kratos survived with 40 HP and a full Uber.
Everyone in the Germans was so weak there. Smear got taken out there at the end of that. But they do get to cap second here, and they do have that full Uber advantage. And there's only 2 people alive here on the middle point, so this should surely be a free midpoint here for the Germans. But OMNI5, they're walking in there. They're trying to do some kind of defense here.
Yeah, and currently Clip is not committing. He's just standing really far back with Kratos, so they're just playing it very slowly right here, but it all pays off. I guess they're just really worried about Kratos being jumped by a single soldier, so they just kind of stood back for 10 seconds and just stared at the enemy. And they were just so scared that everyone just walked back. And now they can push second, and they still have the Uber advantage. So if you get like these 2 points for free, then you're feeling really good. Olga's gonna jump in there to try to get someone, but no, that was a completely hopeless situation for him. And they do get second, and they could actually push on to last if they're fast enough. But I don't know if they know that they still have this advantage, because it's a very small advantage to work with. But you know, they do have a pick.
It looks like they're taking lobby at least, so it looks like they're wanting to do something. As Smear is walking in, putting Stickies on point here, and Shocky is running on it, but he's gonna be taken out, and Smear gotta be careful here not to be taken out as well. He takes some good damage, but it looks like he's gonna get out at least. So maybe that was a sack for an off class?
Yeah, maybe. I think they were just like trying to put on some pressure, maybe gauge whether or not the enemy had Uber. Raph's gonna jump in again, like rip his KD. I hope I don't have him on my fantasy team, because he's just been doing those sacks a lot. But,
yeah.
But yeah, it's not even a bad play. It's just, just very optimistic and very low risk. But now he's on Spy. I think he's just checking in spawn. Yeah, he is indeed. Ixie's on Sniper, so you know, Kratos could potentially drop to him, and there we go. That was a headshot. If Ixie just hits like 26 more, win business.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive by his Smear actually going down there to Olga. So Smear again being very aggressive, and we've seen this a couple of times before, where he's just a little bit too aggressive, and the rest of the team just doesn't back him up. But okay, the double Uber has been popped here. There's going to be 2 medics just staring at each other. There's a scout running behind line, and then the rest of them are going to come in through the choke. But it's very even right now. Here now all the Germans just come in onto the point, but wow, Idler's just gets taken down. Soldier in the skybox. It doesn't get an air shot though, so that's good for him. As Smear takes down Raph.
Oh, it's a backup. Clip is on the backup. Oh, Itzy just manages to get the clip pick.
Kratos takes down the Pyro. Oh, you can't get the second one though. A Pyro getting delayed by a medic. That's embarrassing.
Oh, that was so close from Clip. So
Shocky versus Ixie on point. Who's the superior scout? It's Shocky.
Shocky wins that one and caps off the point there, and his team is going to be coming in here shortly, and Ubers are even. no off classes on the Germans still.
Yeah, they really seem to just like having completely cookie cutter and just putting on pressure and then sending in a soldier.
Yeah, I haven't really seen. They run spy like 1 or 2 times, but other than that, it's only been off classes for last.
Yeah. We see Sui on the heavy, so he's just gonna be the anti-aircraft cannon, just shooting anyone down that tries to jump in. Oh, it's actually Olga building with the detonator. That you can do that as well.
Yeah, pyros can build, guys.
Yeah, is there anything this pyro can't do?
Pyro class is perfect.
I like how he went back to get more ammo for his detonator. Like,
Yeah.
like apparently you can run out of ammo. Don't you have like 16 shots in it or something?
Yeah, something like that. But the way Olga spams it, it's gonna run out quickly, and it's... Oh, Kratos drops!
Oh, Demos with the massive pick. What a play by Demos. Kratos was just not expecting that, and neither was Demos. He's just like question marks in chat. Shocky was hiding behind lines, and Raf spots him, so no coming out here from Shocky. And Olga is still pushing out here on Pyro, and you know, so he's on his main class and everything. So this is looking really nice, but oh my god, Fiskop with the bomb in here, tries to get the medic as well, but no, misses a single rocket, and that's going to be enough to make it so that Raptor does not have to force, and they're going to make their way in onto middle.
Yeah, OMNI5 just walking here really fast. We see a deep bomb coming in from Rap, putting some good pressure on Cliff, who has a little bit overextended there, but he's going to be making it out alive, luckily for him. And you see some pressure coming in here from a scout in PC, from the Germans. And he gets some good damage onto Raph, but can't really stop the fight. But Smeary gets Raptor with a sticky trap. That's so clutch.
Oh wow, man, the medic is just dying. This is I don't know how many drops we were guessing for, but I have a feeling I thought we were overshooting, but we're apparently like double backhand. Oh, that's the scariest kind of backhand. Look at this, Kratos.
But he can't stop it. And Ixie's gonna be running to last there.
He takes a single arrow. Can Kratos hit the clutch arrow? Can he do it? Oh, he misses the first one. Oh, there we go. He actually gets it. So Kratos saves the day. But
yeah, Ixie was undecisive there for 1 second. That was
Demo
enough. But
jumps
look
in,
at the rest of the team.
Kratos in the skybox.
Oh, just walking onto the point. Oh man. Do you remember what I said in the beginning of the map, where players are starting to get tired here, and it's gonna cause people to lose focus and are gonna have a lot of drops? I think we're seeing the start of that now.
Yeah, that could very well be. This is looking quite messy compared to what we saw earlier. Demos with the really nice fast rollout, and so does Smear. And Smear actually hits the initial spam on him quite well here, so slight advantage there. But it's all going to be about these soldier bombs. Olga's going to be the first one in to put some pressure onto Smear. Fiskop's going to jump in as well, get taken down. And here comes Olga again. The Germans getting pushed back quite a bit, but they've absorbed the damage quite well. It looks like they're getting ready to jump in here, as they do have a nice little pick here to go off of. And they do have scouts on the high ground. This is how you win process middle. And they're going to jump in the soldier.
Oh, the air pipe. Air pipe coming in from Smear to deny Raph the high ground. And Raph is weak now, but he's still sitting on that high ground. And that might make the Germans leave the point. But both teams have the Ubers now. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a trade there happening on the point. And yes, there is, but there's a lot of flashes coming out from the Germans. And that's gonna hurt them in the long run here, as X is looking to chase that one, but it decides to fall back.
Yeah, that's definitely smart. But yeah, the Germans, they definitely have to get out of there. They had so many weak players. Like even with the Ubers, just Kratos couldn't flash all of them all the time, and that's not really viable. That's what I call a beat Uber, where you just like flash everyone all the time, and it just lasts like 2 seconds because you flash so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't do that, and a lot of people took a lot of damage.
So definitely looking like OMNI5 is controlling these middles, and they look way more coordinated than the Germans. The OMNI5 just counterbombing their soldiers instead of sending them in to die, and it's working out really well for them.
Yeah, it's about 12 minutes remaining, so if they just slow down the game enough, like they can definitely make this happen. Like, so if I'm in OMNI5 position, I think I would just do a whole lot of nothing for a long time, because you know there's about 9 minutes on the reset timer here. But here comes actually a bomb in here. Raptor's gonna get forced. Yeah, really nice bomb in from Fiskop, just bounced Raptor around in a corner. And there was even Raph going behind lines, and here comes the second soldier. Oh my god, Kratos just keeps on holding on to it, just refusing to pop. And that's gonna really work out well for him here, as now he's getting ready to go in onto middle with the rest of his team.
Yeah, we do see the aggression coming in here, but it's a sticky trap from Demos.
On the pill.
Deleting Edelals there, yeah. It looks like the Germans want to keep the aggression up with the Uber advantage that they have, but they're slowing down here a little bit and just spamming out in this choke, seeing if the medic is close and peeking a bit to see what they can expect.
Yeah, they've actually slowed down completely. I don't know if just they want to get like Smear buffed up first or whatever it is, but yeah, they're taking their time. And here we go. Finally, they're gonna go and jump in, clip just into the skybox just to make sure that nobody gets in there. But here comes the soldier onto the medic, gets the force out once again. Kratos getting forced here on the second, and everyone else from OMNI5 are just way out back on last. So really great force here coming out. And from Raph, I believe it was, and now we have Olga on Pyro, so he's going to be able to hold on, and they could even just push out of here, but you know, they could also just slow it down on last if they really choose to.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to push really. It is 11 minutes remaining, and it's 2-0 up for them, and it can be a bit risky to push out with the backcaps that could potentially happen, and it looks like they're just setting up a strong defense here on last.
Yeah, this makes there we go. The 7 being typed in chat again. They know what's up. So Kratos is just building up his super right now, and they're gonna get ready to just move in here. And again, they don't have a sniper or anything, but I think they're just gonna get ready to set up a sack or some sort of pressure play. Yeah,
absolutely. And this is the kind of situation where I personally would really like to run sniper. Do see Ixie on the sniper here. So he's gonna be peeking that lobby area. But we do have Stefan in here. He gets the force as well. He just runs in and gets the force. What a play!
Yeah, and what a play indeed. That's gonna leave them at a massive advantage. They're gonna be ready to go in here. They're probably just gonna wait for the respawn, and then they're just gonna go in. Probably just like your standard middle, where you just send in like the demo and a soldier. Just push everyone back from the point, and then you hopefully have a single soldier shoot the point, right, and bounce the stickies away.
Yeah, hopefully the Germans know to shoot the stickies away, but we do have a sentry next to the point here, and that's going to be the primary focus for this Uber, as Raph is also being targeted here, and he's pretty weak, and sometimes it's being put on point, but they're getting destroyed there on the point, and it's only 2 people remaining here for OMNI5, and the bomb comes in. It's all
Kratos actually takes down the medic, takes down Raptor. There we go. Oh wow, yeah. Alba got so excited he just disappeared, but Olga with the massive last hold here. Now he's even gonna push out here and try to take down these scouts. Actually doing a pretty good job of it, yeah. Stefan gets finished off. And Clippy been dying as well. So the Pyron push out is great, and the Smear gets deleted by Devils in the skybox.
Yeah, so I'm finally back. I'm not sure what happened, but we do see even Ubers on both teams here, and a man advantage coming in from OMNI5, and they're gonna be looking to push this one aggressive as Demo jumps to top here to deny anyone from staying in on the midpoint, and they're gonna be capping it off here. They know there's no sticky traps since Mira was taken down previously. Yeah.
Says we have Chris on the Kritzkrieg. He's actually at a slight disadvantage, but he should be able to catch up pretty quickly here. But he's not going to have like a huge advantage. And this can actually be really dangerous because like Raptor might think he has an advantage, so he's not going to be really paying attention, and then like you just go in there and pop him. It's like making him explode. But yeah, let's see if Smear can hit the hero sticky. I think they're currently just trying to figure out where Raptor is actually positioned at.
Yeah, currently sitting on the top area. The whole team is actually positioned on the top of mid. Oh my god, yeah.
Raptor's trigger finger is fast. It's the fastest trigger finger in all of...
And here we see the drawback of holding as far back OMNI5 was holding here. Because they couldn't do anything with Uber. They were so far back.
Yeah, and now we have a Clips going in here. Demos gets a double pick coming out, and the Soda is very weak as well, so this has actually worked out brilliantly. You know, when people are just trying to push and you're holding far back, that's when it works. So I'm a little surprised that the Germans actually went in there and just tried to push off on basically nothing. And Olga will even take down Fishkop, so complete disaster there from the Germans deciding to go in that aggressively after failing the crit streak.
Yeah, now they're stuck with their crits on last. They could have been building it and re-push with the crits, but it looks like Smear is going to be taking this one in the one door, and they're just waiting to fill up the last percentages as they're walking forward here. And let's see if he can hit the sticky. He gets juggled around and it doesn't hit the sticky. Oh, and Stefan gets taken out as well, and Clip is jumping in and he gets cleaned up as well. There's going to be a full Uber advantage push coming in here from OMNI5 onto the last point of Vedas Liest's doof. And they're just going straight towards the point, focusing those stickers away, and oh no! That's so... Oh, Olga shot the stickers into the scout, so he died. And this is turning into...
Demo's on the point now, he's putting pressure on it. Actually does kill the scout here, but Spear has got like 4 kills on this last team. Finally gets taken down, and that's going to be another hold. This is really crucial for the Germans. If they go down 3-0, it's basically over.
I think someone should make glimpses of what are they called? Glimpses of
mediocrity.
Yeah. Olga shot the stickies on point, so they flew into Ixia, I believe, so he died.
Oh, yeah.
And then everything went south after that.
Yeah, that's really sad. You know, they finally figured out to shoot the stickies off the point, but then they still managed to mess it up. You know, they'll learn eventually, I guess.
As we do see Clip flying in here to make some space, like he's done a couple times previously, and his team is trying to walk in, but their stick is above the sewer door and a lot of spam, so they can't really walk in through the door without forcing early.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna have to do it. Like, they have to make a move pretty soon. And there we go. They're gonna send in Spear. Well, eventually, as he makes his way.
Oh, Raptor goes down!
Oh, that's...
Oh my god! Such a clutch bomb coming in for Smear, and
here comes another bomb, and
oh my god!
By Raph. Takes down Raptor. Oh, Kratos, sorry.
Just clutch bomb after clutch bomb from both of these teams, just picking off the medics left and right. There's gonna be so many medic deaths on these logs.
Yeah, yeah, maybe that should have been our prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot, man. We're bad at making dumb predictions. But
it almost goes down.
Oh yeah,
okay.
That's really huge. That means that they can just push, and then at some point they can just go on to the point, right?
Yeah, but they were not close. They had so many people down, but it looks like they're still gonna take this one forward into lobby at least. Demos is spawning now. They're gonna be walking in here on the far right side. Some pressure is being put by Raph, and the Germans are all so weak from all the damage. But look at OMNI5, they're almost all on that point.
They're all lit at this point as well, like literally just from the pyro. And here comes Olga. They're doing a lot of work just on this pyro, just bleeding them from damage and making it more difficult for the medic to heal. When you're on fire, your healing is less effective. Oh, someone's gonna come onto the medic? No, okay. Raph decides against it, and probably for the better. But yeah, it's gonna be another recap here for OMNI5, and the longer they can get away with just recapping here, the better it is. 3.5 minutes remaining. They're ahead by 2. And here comes the Uber out for the Germans. They know they have to make their move. Ubers have been forced on both sides, but actually Shocky goes down, and Kratos is about to get caught behind lines. That's not really the person we want to have.
Spirit goes down as well. This is a bit of a car crash here with 3.5 minutes remaining. And
get him, Kratos. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get the pyro again. Alright. No, he just kills himself.
He tried. That's
yeah.
what's important.
Yeah. And Demos hits a nice little pipe there as well. And Fishkop. Demos has actually been playing really well, I feel. He's been doing really well.
Yeah, absolutely. So do see Shock here hiding outside of sewers. But yeah, OMNI5, they're just playing back on mid. They're not gonna do anything special here.
And
how did Raptor go down? I missed that one completely.
Oh no, I'm tired. Like, that's my excuse.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, look at Olga's points. She actually has like a lot. But yeah, the Germans, they're going to go in now. They know they need to. They absolutely need to. So it's actually even fine that Olga is fire. And the Soldiers are in very aggressively, but they're both very weak as well. And yeah, so far it's definitely looking better for OMNI5. They're just holding strong, and that's exactly what they need to do. They fought off the German aggression now, and they could actually just stop pushing. I would like for them to just do nothing now and just back off.
At this point, the Germans, they have to go for some kind of miracle, but Fishkop gets taken out as well, and this is too tempting for OMNI5 not to push forward with, and Yeah,
there's a crit streak on
yeah.
Kenny.
If the Germans
Oh, there's
pull
a
this
shot
one
in
through.
crit streak. Okay, it's just going to be countered with the movement.
Yeah, so it's pretty much over at this point with 1 hour, 1 minute and 50
only.
seconds left on this map, and if they would pull this one off, then the TCM call-out would no longer exist. It would be the Vedas Least's doof push if they would manage to get 2 rounds in this time. So
yeah, just the Olga Pyro just cleaning people up.
yeah.
Gonna be 3-0 for OMNI5. That's gonna be it. People are calling GGs, and this is where I wish we could just cut it off. But yeah, we do have OMNI5 making it through. Like we were both kind of in favor of the Germans making it, but OMNI5, like they are clutch if nothing else.
Absolutely, and I think nobody saw this one coming at the start of the season. And yeah, from winning high to going into playoffs and securing at least the 3rd spot now in this season. It's just going really well for them.
Yeah, so now they will be going up against Ascent. Not quite sure when they're gonna play. It's probably pretty soon, and that's gonna be a really fun game. I think. I think they've actually played before. I think it was Ascent that sent them into the lower bracket, and that was like a decent game. It was I wouldn't say it was close or anything, but like they took some rounds here and there. So if they just continue their upwards trajectory, it should be a very exciting team to follow. And like even with 2 mercs, they actually managed to get it. Because
yeah.
I don't know, I still feel like having Gotti would be better than getting Olga in here, even though Olga is like 70% pyro on 7 ping.
Olga has been doing a superb performance here. I mean, just that air shot that he hit that didn't really count to anything, but
he air shot them so hard that the server died, basically.
yeah, basically that's what happened.
Yeah, if we can just do interviews and then drop dead, I'd be happy with that. So let's get the Demos and Raptor in here. Hey, we are now joined by none other than Demos and Raptor. Demos, of course, from OMNI5, and so is Raptor, even like halfway through the season. So big congratulations, guys! You just made it into the lower bracket finals.
Thank you.
Hey, we made it. I told everyone, they never believed me.
I always believed. But yeah, that was a slog. If I've ever seen any.
I feel like you guys should be paid.
I agree. If I got paid by the hour, I'd be rich.
I'll send you my PayPal address, Demos.
Not by me.
But yeah, like, can you tell us about how you were feeling about like after the second map? Were you just like exhausted?
Yes and no. We just wanted to make it a golden cap again, but we couldn't, I guess.
Is that just like, do you just feel really comfortable in golden caps? Because I've noticed that you seem to do really well in them.
As a team or just me?
Oh, either way.
Oh, well, I feel comfortable either way, but I feel like we have the better mentality and better stamina than them. And I feel like they collapse easier.
I think why we also felt pretty comfortable on the golden caps is because we won most middles, so we could work from that.
Well, that's only true on Gully Watch, right?
Yeah.
Because, like on Badlands, you lost
No.
literally every single one.
Yeah.
Including the golden cap one. But yeah, is that just the map, or what did you like just kind of figure out their playstyle?
You mean
I think it was just us getting into the game again because we haven't played literally from our last playoff game. Like nobody played, and we had 2 mercs as well, so we kind of just like try to feel each other to feel like, how can we push? And we still failed a lot of pushes. And it happened in our warm-up game as well. We played against another team in playoffs from TIF2, I guess, and we were failing so many last pushes. It was incredible. But I don't know. I think we won the psychological game, to be honest. Like they were just in the last 10 minutes of process, they just collapsed. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was pretty convincing on process, and I really like how you guys slowed it down when you knew that was the better move. But yeah, enough about this game. So tell us about now you're gonna be playing Ascent. Are you feeling confident against Ascent?
About that. I mean, we have third place secured by now. So. And this is my first season of Rem as well, so I'm pretty happy where I am right now.
Yeah, what did you expect at the beginning of the season?
To get playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Yeah. What about the Merc situation today? You had 2 Mercs, I believe.
I mean, they denied like 8 Mercs. So, yeah.
And we denied it 2 Mercs.
I mean, more than that. when
no, to be fair, like them denying Mercs, it was fair play because it was we asked for players from Ascent and 7, so I wouldn't take it too hard that they denied Mercs. But I think Ixie was a really good pocket scout. Because normally he's on flanking scout, but the Ubers we had with him were really successful.
Yeah, and we also have Smear, who's made his way in here as well.
Hello.
Hello. So how are you feeling after this absolute marathon of a lower bracket semi-final?
Pretty bad. I'd say it's probably one of the most stressful games I've ever played. Lots of whining, lots of things not working out.
So what wasn't working out for you?
Our communication was really bad. We failed like on Gulliver. Our mids were just terrible. We kept losing players over and over again. But mostly, I think like players got tilted and couldn't concentrate.
It makes sense for people to lose concentration after like 2.5 hours.
I got a headache after the second map. It was amazing.
All right.
Understandably so. I also have a question to throw to you, Smira. I noticed on Badlands with there was 1.5 minutes remaining and clip spawn on Spy. Was that something that was planned within the team, or was it him just seizing the moment?
It felt like we did a lot of things and I couldn't really control the game as I wanted.
Fair enough.
So there was a lot of calls, like people started taking charge at certain moments.
Yeah. Peter, I am bad with questions. Carry me.
All right. So I want to know, Smir, what's the plans now for next season? You got 4th in this season. You made it into the playoffs. So are you planning to stay with the German team here?
I've left the roster.
Say what? Sorry.
I've left the roster.
Oh.
So no, I'm not staying with this team.
All right. Well, what great plans do you have then?
Well, I have trials for several teams. I think I'm gonna play with the Nunia mix in this cup this weekend. So we'll see. I'm gonna see what's out there, trial, and look for something that's going to go to LAN.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that should be interesting to see. Always interesting to see where you end up. You're not going to end up as a coach anywhere?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Well, how would you describe your season overall with this German team then? It seemed like you had a pretty good time overall.
Yeah, some of the games are really good. I think I've developed a lot as a caller. But it kind of lacked this game, I guess. It's been somewhat fun, but also a lot of whining, which made me sad.
All right. Well, let's jump back to the victorious team here. So Raptor, how are you feeling against Ascent? What do you think you guys have to do to have a chance against them?
I think Ascent is gonna be a really tough opponent. They're obviously one of the best teams. I think we have a small chance, but I think everything has to work out for us that this chance actually becomes true. But I wouldn't have my hopes up, because at the end they're a really experienced and a well-lasting team. So yeah. In theory, we have a chance, but it's gonna be very tough.
All right.
I'd already be happy with getting one map off of them. So maybe that's at least our goal.
Yeah, I like that. That seems like a fair goal. Yeah, get a map on Ascent, make them nervous, make them sweat, just make them work for it a little bit. But I am all out of questions. I don't know if you have anything more, Alba, to add.
My brain is drained.
Yeah, I think we're all suffering. So let's do some shout outs starting from the bottom. So Smear, you get the first shout out.
Shout out to you guys for casting and hosting this. Pretty good. Shout out to Demos, my
Thank you,
Fortnite mate.
man. We're gonna pay for that if this has to happen.
No, I need to sleep.
You don't.
Shout out to my team. It was a fairly nice season, I guess. I think that's it.
All right, let's move it to Raptor. Do you have any shoutouts?
Shout out to Ixie and Olga from Merking. Shout out to obviously our sponsor OMNI5.EU. Check them out. Shout out to the Arctic Foxes boys and Tasha.
All right, Demos. Do you have any shoutouts?
Shout out to the organization, OMNI5. Shout out to our team, and especially shout out to Ralph for like organizing everything with scrims and marks and everything. He did a very good job. Shout out to everyone that just stayed with us through this pain for like 3 hours, I guess. That's still watching. You guys are amazing. And yeah, shout out to Ace, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna take the shoutouts and let you have the final words. Dieter.
I have one more. Shout out to Cadis
Alright.
for giving me the winning strats.
All right, yeah, shoutouts to Kedus. So my shoutouts goes to Vietooft and the Copenhagen Games and everyone who made the Copenhagen Games happen. So Essentials.tf and Chriscast and yeah, Esports United. Yeah, gonna throw a shout out to Bus Crew, who I had an amazing LAN with. It was very enjoyable. Shoutouts to Adiski for being a bro, and shoutouts to Smira for being a bro.
Yeah, and I just start out by saying that also just Copenhagen land shout out. Just I can't believe how nice everyone was. I was just like one of the best atmospheres I've ever been in, like in any kind of community. It was just really nice to be part of.
Yeah.
So it actually just makes you want to go to another land like that again. Like I don't know if that's how all lands are, but I sure hope so, because that was really awesome. Just so many awesome people.
Shout out to everyone I met at LAN. It was amazing.
Obviously, also shout out to you guys for suffering through this game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I will say I am not gonna upload the fantasy result tonight because I have to like combine logs and stuff, and I'm too tired, so I'm just gonna do that tomorrow. You know, you guys went to like overtime way too much and then restarted servers and stuff, so I'm just gonna have to combine so many things, so I'm just not gonna bother tonight. But yeah, other than that, also I'm too tired to announce the winners of my map tournament. That's also just gonna have to wait. And other than that, just thank you guys all for watching. It was a huge slog, but it was also epic. And I hope you enjoyed it all as much as I enjoyed casting it. And big congratulations to OMNI5 once again, or Rakusen, or my son's basketball team, or whatever. Like, yeah, and I don't know when we're going to be back. It's probably going to be pretty soon, maybe this weekend. I don't know when you guys plan on playing, but either way, we will be there to cast it and watch you guys attain glory. But that's going to be it for tonight. We all want to sleep. You guys are the best. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good day, wherever you are. I love you all. Goodbye.